All this history would begin in the final battle of the Tournament of Power, where the last two warriors would be giving a great battle. They were the Saiyan Son Goku from Universe 7 and the mortal who exceeded all his limits, Jiren. They were giving a battle very close. However, when Son Goku was about to take Jiren off the platform, he collapsed and fell to the ground, leaving Jiren surprised. All this would remain the same until the end of the tournament, where before making the wish to the great god dragon Zarma, the great Daishenkin priest of a powerful and accurate attack will leave the great Zeno-sama on the verge of death, where his guardians only observed what happened. All the others would be shocked to witness the betrayal of the great Daishenkin before Zeno-sama. At that moment, the Daishenkin was going to kill everyone. However, the Zeno-sama of the future launched himself to attack him, but Daishenkin would exterminate him with a great attack.
I've been training for this moment. I won't let you ruin my plans, you damn dwarf.
Daishenkin was about to exterminate everyone present. However, the present Zeno-sama would stand up very injured, and with his last reserves of power, he would rise into the air to say the following:
"You won't get away with this. You will soon pay for all this."
In his mind, he would tell Goku and Vegeta,
"You are the salvation of this universe, so this will happen again. I'll use a forbidden technique that will allow me to turn back time. You'll keep your powers, and with the passage of time, you will even be able to overcome my power."
Zeno-sama would launch an attack towards Goku and Vegeta, disappearing instantly, while the Guardian Angels would be very amazed, wanting to help Zeno-sama.
"Don't move! Absolute paralysis!"
Daishenkin approaches Zeno-sama with a cold look.
"Great Zeno-sama, your aim is failing. Instead of erasing me, you erased your only friend in the Saiyan Vegeta. You should never have ruled this universe. You are practically a child."
Daishenkin would turn his back on Zeno, whereupon Zeno-sama would quickly stand up.
"Total override!"
Upon hearing those words, Daishenkin wanted to stop him, but it was too late. The High Priest would have trusted himself. Total cancellation. It's a technique that allows you to cancel everything created and return the years that the bearer wishes. Everything was a restart in the multiverse. Everyone present would forget that event, except for the Dragon Priest, who was furious, realizing that he was in the King's Palace from 25 years ago. However, he began to smile.
But if the useless Zeno-sama sacrificed himself, that means that in this age, there shouldn't be a king of everything. Thanks, dwarf. You've made things much easier.
However, without Daishenkin expecting it, someone would have released a great power. Daishenkin noticed the great attack, and at that last moment, he was able to dodge it.
"Who the hell are you? Don't you know who I am?"
Daishenkin would watch the Guardians.
"No one can enter the Palace of Everything except a high-powered divine being."
"But what happens to you, great Daishenkin priest? Did you hit your head or something? She is..."
At that time, a girl would say, "You two shut up. For me, it's better that you don't remember who I am, so you won't hold back." Daishenkin, without understanding anything, would raise a part of his power by throwing a strong blow, which the girl would stop with one hand. Daishenkin would be astonished since he would have used 60% in his blow. He began to raise all his power in an incredible way, and with her power, she would give him a great blow. And there was no change. That's right, the girl stopped him with one hand, just the same. Daishenkin, without giving up, would deliver a shrapnel of blows, which the girl dodged with no difficulty. Daishenkin was able to land one of her blows that would send her crashing into the palace. The Guardians were shocked.
"Great Nemesis-sama."
This one would come out with a big smile. "That blow has caused me a little damage."
"Queen of Everything, are you all right?"
Daishenkin, upon hearing what the guard said, would be shocked. He approached and apologized. "How boring. The fun is over. Good priest, clean up all the mess." Daishenkin would obey, and he would say to himself,
Zeno-sama was so powerful as to go back in time, and at that same time create a true queen of everything. Hopefully these guardians are easy to dominate so they can betray her.
Meanwhile, on a faraway planet, to be more exact on the planet Vegeta, two Saiyans would have been born with surprising power. Surpassing most of the elite warriors on the planet, their parents, King Vegeta and Bardock, would be proud of them. These two Saiyans would say, "What happened? Where do we meet?
Why do our bodies feel so small?"
Sometime later, the two Saiyans would come out of the incubator machines. Going home, one to their home, the Saiyan Kakarot, with only 1 year of birth, was able to fly just like the Saiyan Vegeta. They knew that they had sealed their power and had to wake him up a little by little and take revenge on Daishankin. However, 4 years would have passed, where Daishankin went to the planet of Beerus.
God of destruction of the universe 7, Beerus.
What a surprise, Father, that you are in this place. What is offered to you?
I have to talk to the god Beerus.
Oh, I see, of course. Let me wake him up because he's taking a nap.
Whis would wake up Beerus, who would get up very upset.
Who bothers the god of destruction?
However, at that moment, he observed Daishankin begin to tremble.
I'm so sorry. Great Daishankin-sama, tell me, how can I help you? You have a mission, Beerus. Destroy the planet Vegeta of the Saiyans.
Of course, High Priest. Whatever you order.
Beerus would order the Emperor of Evil Frieza to annihilate the entire Saiyan race.
Of course, great Beerus-sama. Whatever you say.
Meanwhile, on the planet Vegeta, Goku and Vegeta would have noticed that they were gathering all the Saiyans, and they would know what Frieza was up to. Meanwhile, in the atmosphere of the planet, Bardock was fighting against Frieza's army. Frieza, observing how all his warriors fell, he left his ship creating a great supernova, while Bardock would create a spiritual cannon, but it would not be enough. Meanwhile, Goku, who was with Vegeta, observing and feeling the attack, teleported in front of him. Bardock disappearing the attack in one blow, everyone would be surprised, since a child's son would disappear the great attack of the great Frieza. With a simple blow, Goku would take a step forward.
I will not allow you to destroy this Frieza planet.
Goku and Vegeta would go Super Saiyan, causing all the trackers to explode, causing everyone to tremble.
I'll take care of him, Kakarot.
Knowing that Goku's power was no match for Vegeta's, Goku would de-transform.
Go to your last form, damn insect, if you don't want me to kill you in one hit.
Frieza, frightened, would go into his last form, launching himself into the attack. The collision of both was overwhelming. That's right, the clash of their fists made the entire planet of Vegeta tremble. After a few moments in which Vegeta was controlling the entire battle, Frieza, he would have realized that he was not even with his last form was a match for the Vegeta Prince.
In a few years, we'll need you. Meanwhile, in that flower park that you hate so much,
Vegeta would charge a great final blow, throwing it at Frieza, eliminating him, leaving no trace of it at all. All the Saiyans would praise Goku and Vegeta, telling them that they were the Super Saiyans of the legend. Goku would help his father, taking him to a recovery capsule. They would continue training. However, in the Palace of Everything, Daishankin, it would be said,
damn, how can I make that pair of guards betray that damn? I can see how they are much more afraid and respectful of her than Zeno-sama's dwarf.
Daishankin would also realize that the Queen Nemesis-sama controlled her power 100% of her, and not only depended on the erase ability, but that she had a strength that surpassed any warrior in any universe.
That stupid queen controls all her power, so it'll be much more difficult for me, because if I attack her, she'll exterminate me in the blink of an eye.
Daishankin would put on a cold look.
Zeno-sama, you have won a battle but not the war. You have created an authentic queen of everything.
Meanwhile, on the planet Vegeta, everyone was still amazed by the power that both Saiyans showed when they were just children. Time later, the Saiyan Bardock would have recovered from all his injuries and was training. At that moment, Goku would approach.
Father, could you train with me, please? I want to become much more powerful.
Of course not, Kakarot. You're still a child. I could kill you with one blow.
Bardock wouldn't know everything that had happened since he had been knocked unconscious when Frieza fired a supernova at him. However, after insisting so much, Goku managed to convince Bardock, who would agree to train with him.
Okay, then let's have a friendly father and son fight.
Goku began to raise his power a bit, leaving his father surprised.
Kakarot, I've always wondered how you got so much power.
The fight would begin. Goku was obviously holding back too much, giving him a few blows that would only hurt him a little. 14 years would have passed since the Tournament of Power. They already dominated the Super Saiyan Blue and also 25% of the egotistical doctrine when Goku turned 15. He spoke to his father, telling him everything he had lived, telling him that the moment of the battle of Tournament of Power until the High Priest betrayed them. Bardock would then be surprised by everything said by Kakarot.
Is my son a god? I can't believe it.
That's right, Father. Vegeta and I are on par with the gods of destruction, and we could be considered Saiyan gods.
After a few more months, both warriors would have already reached their maximum power as mortals, but nevertheless, Zeno-sama left his power to them, being able to rise from the lowest mortal ground to the highest divine ground, surpassing gods, angels, and kings. However, they were still trained. Meanwhile, in the Palace of Everything, the Queen Nemesis was very bored, so she decided to take a walk through all the universes and doing a review at all. When Nemesis was Universe 7, she felt two extremely powerful keys, which surprised his gods and his angels. Flashback, Goku and Vegeta had teleported to an inhospitable planet so as not to cause damage to the rest of the universe. They had created a barrier so that they could not feel their powers, but the Nemesis was much more powerful and had greater perception to feel the key. This one could feel them. And a flashback. Nemesis would teleport to said planet where she would observe two warriors with silver hair and opposing gray eyes that showed authority. Both Saiyans noticing her would stop their training.
Who are you? Can we help you with something?
Who are you, damn insect? Can't you see we're training? We could finish you off with one of our attacks.
Observing that these subjects did not know who she was and spoke to her normally, Nemesis would become interested in them, to which, without giving notice to anyone, she would launch herself at the speed of light, which even Vegeta with perfect Ultra Instinct was not able to dodge an accurate blow that would have given him. Nemesis would have given the Prince of the Saiyans a powerful blow, which would send him flying a few meters. Goku would be surprised by the power of that blow, while the Queen of Everything Nemesis would think that she had killed that warrior because a normal god would have died.
I finished with your friend. Now it's your turn.
At that moment, Goku would be on guard.
Don't think we're so easy to beat. That attack hasn't managed to exterminate Vegeta.
Vegeta would come out of the rubble at maximum speed, and with surprising power, he would launch himself into the attack. Throwing a blow at him, the Nemesis Queen managed to stop that blow. However, she was surprised. This, she would say to herself, these guys are not normal. With the blow I gave him, I didn't want to kill him, I just knocked him out. But not this guy. Any god, angel, or even my guardians would have been knocked out, but not this warrior. Observing how that woman had stopped his blow with one hand, Vegeta would be surprised. Seeing how in his most powerful form he could stop his attack, Queen Nemesis would raise his power a little by giving him a blow that would leave him unconscious. But the power that he had used, it was absurdly surprising that even she was surprised. Goku, realizing this, would raise all his power to full power Ultra Instinct.
Get ready. I can see that you have great power, so I won't trust myself.
Goku would launch the attack, giving him a bit more of a fight than he vegetates. Nemesis would realize that this warrior was much more powerful than the one he just defeated. Goku, using all his power, however, was not able to give him an accurate blow. Since it hit and dodged, his Ultra Instinct was on another level, being able to even neutralize key collisions.
I don't know who you are, but you are much more powerful than me. But I don't understand why you don't attack me if you wanted to. You would.
You're very strange, but if it is what you want, I hope you support it. Nemesis would teleport in front of Goku, and at this maximum speed gave him a strong blow. He thought he had won. However, at the bottom of the crater, he watches as said warrior stood up once more. Nemesis, seeing the resistance, would ask about this. What is your name? I'd like to know the names of subjects of great power.
My name's Goku, but I'm known as Kakarot.
You have been the most powerful rival I've faced, but you lack power.
This is not my full power.
Nemesis would be surprised by what the Saiyan said. This can't be true. How is it possible that a mortal has more power than a god, or even more power than my guardians? At that precise moment, Goku began to raise his power in a surprising way, and raising it rapidly, making everything around him tremble. Nemesis would be shocked to feel how this Saiyan managed to overcome the power of his guardians, destroying it a bit of the planet where they were.
Kaioken increased 100 times!
At that moment, everything began to shake. Nemesis was only able to see a red flash, and a second later, she was thrown into a mountain with brutal force. Goku would continue with his attack. However, from one moment to the next, Nemesis stopped one of his blows, with a smile would tell him, "It was a good warm-up. You are the second being that makes me use 25% of all my power." Goku was surprised, since he could not believe that said woman is only using 25% of her power.
Who the hell are you?
How do you have such amazing power? Nemesis increased his power to 30%. With one accurate blow, he would be knocked out. You better not know where my power comes from. Nemesis threw a sphere of ki at Goku and Vegeta, going to the Palace of Everything. Said sphere would enter the body of the Saiyans, curing them of all their injuries. After a few hours, both would realize they were alone. However, Vegeta would be furious, knowing that a woman would have humiliated him like that, and defeating him with a single blow. Vegeta, that woman must be a super goddess of destruction, since she uses the Kaioken increased 100 times, and that this, she said, only used 25% of her power. Vegeta would be surprised. However, a voice would resound in the heads of both Saiyans.
You are Goku and Vegeta. You've been reborn with the help of Zeno-sama, since you are the hope of this multiverse.
Goku and Vegeta would be confused and a little surprised by what was said.
I'm the creator of the Super Dragon Spheres, the god Zarma, and I've come to offer you strong training since I can observe in one of my premonitions how this entire multiverse falls into annihilation, and even the queen of all Nemesis is no match for those warriors.
Goku and Vegeta, realizing that the situation was life or death, and knowing they would become much stronger, they would accept. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Nemesis would have returned. The Great Priest, together with his guardians, would have realized that he had a great battle when observing his destroyed clothes. Daishinkan would be shocked to learn that somewhere in the 12 universes, there was such a powerful warrior, capable of hurting Nemesis a little. So Daishinkan would be thoughtful.
If a warrior was able to leave her nemesis like that, I can't imagine what he would do to me. He would pulverize me since using all my power, I wasn't able to even scratch him.
Daishinkan would begin with an arduous training in a special room. On the other hand, in a dimension far removed from the 12 universes, to be more exact, in the world of the immortal gods, there were Goku and Vegeta. However, they did not know anything. They only felt the power of beings of overwhelming ki. At that moment, a subject appeared with an appearance very similar to Piccolo.
I am God Zarma, the one in charge of training you. The great Zeno-sama gave his powers and his life so that you could be saved.
Goku and Vegeta, realizing this subject knew everything that had happened, agreed to go with him. Zarma would tell them everything that had happened in that multiverse on the way.
You guys just fought the new queen of everything, Nemesis.
Goku and Vegeta would be shocked to learn that they had fought the queen of everything.
We have arrived. Now, without beginning the strongest training you've ever had, so get ready, since in this room the kings train at all.
Goku and Vegeta entered said room, but the moment they did, a strong gravity would crush them.
I thought they were stronger. Zeno-sama gave his life for insects like you.
At that moment, a subject would come out.
Long time no see, Kakarot and Prince Vegeta.
Goku and Vegeta couldn't tell who he was since this guy had a mask.
I see you have grown quite a lot, Vegeta.
The Saiyan Prince would recognize that voice.
Father, what are you doing here? Weren't you on the Vegeta planet?
Zarma would get into the conversation. Your father is indeed on the planet Vegeta, but this Vegeta King is a dimensional warrior. But there was a failure in this time after the death of Zeno-sama. Some powerful warriors have returned.
Among them two are the most dangerous and are the evil counterparts. One is Dark Vegeta, who in his timeline murdered all the gods, but was sealed by Zeno-sama, while evil Goku was in his timeline, did the same. Both met in said dimensions and became death companions, becoming stronger and stronger. Zeno-sama doesn't erase things, he just seals them in dimensional portal, and if Zeno-sama from any timeline dies, everything that was once sealed will return, and no one can prevent that. So those two guys are loose from the multiverse, and to my knowledge, not even Nemesis can stop them. That's right, that's why we train to be rivals for that guy.
Goku and Vegeta, upon hearing that the new villains were themselves, were surprised.
If it's to protect the 12 universes that Zeno-sama commissioned us, we'll do it.
If the Kakarot insect thinks it'll come back stronger, I won't be left behind.
At that time, all the warriors would begin training in said room. Meanwhile, outside that place, in Universe 7, King Cold would have arrived in search of revenge. Flashback, one of Frieza's soldiers was able to survive, and he communicated with King Cold, informing him that some Saiyans that changed their hair color defeated Frieza. King Cold would arrive at planet Vegeta, destroying everything in his path. At that moment, King Vegeta and Bardock would face King Cold.
Who were the bastards that killed my son? He was the Prince of the Saiyans, my son.
Furious King Cold would launch the attack, to which both Saiyans would begin to have a great battle against. King Cold would launch the attack, to which both Saiyans would begin to have a great battle against King Cold. After a couple of moments, the three subjects were injured.
This is not all my power. That's right, I can transform too.
King Cold would go into his last form using 50% of all his power, beating both warriors, leaving them very badly injured. However, from one moment to another that both got rid of their attacks, they transformed into Super Saiyan. Since their children had told them how to do it, the three warriors started again with a great fight, where the Saiyans would be putting King Cold in trouble. That's right, King Cold would use all his power, beginning on par again.
The Saiyan race is the most powerful in the entire universe. Receive this spiritual cannon!
King Vegeta would not be left behind, also carrying a powerful attack in the palm of his hands. At that moment, King Cold would try to stop that great attack, but it was impossible. This was reduced to atoms. The two Saiyans would fall very injured to the ground and de-transformed. Both were reaching in recovery capsules. Meanwhile, in the palace of the Queen of Everything was the Queen Nemesis, thinking about the Saiyan's son Goku that made him use 25% of all his power. She wondered, could it be that the warrior has become much more powerful than the last time? She would decide to go look for him to ask him for another fight. Since she had so much fun, she left the king's palace completely going to look for him. However, Daishinkan found himself in a room to be able to exceed his limits and be able to kill the Queen of Everything, Nemesis. On the other hand, the Queen of Everything had arrived on the planet Vegeta. Do two Saiyans with silver hair like their eyes live on this planet? The only ones who knew about this power were King Vegeta and Bardock, since his sons had told them everything that had happened. They knew that this girl was looking for them.
Why are you looking for those Saiyans?
You look like them. Are you their parents? Both Saiyans would affirm what the Queen said completely. Now, tell me, where are both Saiyans? Both Saiyans would refuse to answer. The Queen of Everything, Nemesis, would start to rage. If you don't tell me where the Saiyans are, I swear I will kill them and destroy this entire universe. Nemesis would be expelling a great power because the Saiyans refused to tell them where the Saiyans were. Meanwhile, on the planet of the destroyer god Beerus, Whis would have awakened Beerus from his deep sleep.
Whis, if you woke me up for some stupid thing, I will destroy at least a solar system. Sir Beerus, the Queen of Everything, Nemesis-sama, is in our universe. To be more exact, is in the planet Vegeta of the Saiyans.
Beerus would be shocked.
What did you just say, Whis? Is the Queen of Everything found in our humble universe? Let's go right away in case those damn monkeys make her angry and destroy this whole universe.
Beerus and Whis would leave at full speed to the planet of the Saiyans. However, when they arrived, they only observed how everything was being destroyed little by little, where the King Vegeta and Bardock observed Beerus. He was glad.
Sir Beerus, please help us.
Upon hearing that name, Nemesis would turn to see him. At that moment, Beerus would bow, and the Vegeta King, together with Bardock, would be surprised to see how the destroyer god of this universe had so much respect for that girl. They were terrified to hear that Beerus would say, "It gives me an honor to have her in our humble universe, queen of everything Nemesis-sama." Everyone would still tremble at what this one would have said. "Destroyer God Beerus, I'm looking for 2 Saiyans that made me use 25% of all my power." Beerus and Whis, upon hearing this, would be shocked, since they couldn't believe how some Saiyans made the queen use so much power. "I don't think that's possible. Don't you believe my word?" At that moment, Beerus would be speechless with terror. "It is very difficult to believe that a mortal surpasses the power of a god of destruction, much less that mortals have surpassed the powers of an angel and being on par with 25% of all their power. If those Saiyans do not arrive in 24 hours, I'll destroy this entire universe, including you, Beerus." Everyone started looking for both Saiyans. "What do I do now, Whis? I don't think I'll find anyone who makes Nemesis-sama use 25% of her full power." After 24 hours, where Nemesis would return to the planet Vegeta, and when he observed that the Saiyans were not there, he would have become enraged. "I gave them 24 hours to find them, so now I have no other option but to exterminate them." Beerus and everyone would ask for mercy for their life. However, the Queen of Everything, Nemesis, would charge a large sphere of ki with the ability to erase. Just as about that large attack was about to hit, all 2 silhouettes would appear in front of that attack, disintegrating it. Nemesis would not understand what had happened. Without giving it much importance, it would reload and attack with much more power, to which the same thing would happen, and a voice would be heard. "So you want to destroy my planet, Nemesis? Then I won't let you!" Flashback, Goku and Vegeta would continue training. At that moment, a signal would reach Zarma, stopping the training. Something bad happens in Universe 7. The Queen of Everything, Nemesis, is on the planet Vegeta and wants to fight, and is about to destroy the planet. Goku, feeling the power of that attack, will teleport next to Vegeta, appearing in front of that great attack. Everyone was surprised at how she had stopped that attack. Even Beerus and Whis couldn't move due to the pressure of their ki. Goku would return to see Nemesis with a Nemesis look that would make her shudder a bit, and would say, "What is this feeling? My body says I'm in danger." However, this, without following much of her instincts, would raise her power a bit. "I am the Queen of Everything, and I can delete what I want. You can erase planets and universes, but let's see if you can erase a person." At that moment, Goku would go on the attack at a flashing speed. Compared to the first time, this time the Nemesis Queen could not see anything. She only felt a powerful blow that would send her to the ground. Beerus and Whis were amazed at just being able to observe as the Queen of Everything would fall from a strong blow to the floor. "What the hell? I was not able to see anything." Nemesis would raise her power to 25% again and would attack the Saiyan. However, she would realize that she was being mocked, since the Saiyan only dodged and blocked the same blows without any difficulty. Nemesis, realizing this, would raise her power to 50%, giving him a big blow to the face. The Saiyan would return with it and a smile. "That punch only tickled me." Goku would launch a powerful kick that not even with 50% of her would be able to stop. She would fall at the feet of Beerus and Whis. They would try to help her. Annoying Nemesis would increase her power to 90%, making everything shake around her. "I did not expect you to become so powerful in this short time, but now I will show you a power that you will never be able to reach." "Are you sure, Nemesis? I'm only using 45% of all my power." Everyone present would be in shock. Furious Nemesis would go on the attack. However, there was nothing to do. The Saiyan Son Goku had surpassed her by a lot. And on the other hand, in a very distant place, there were 2 Saiyans destroying planets and becoming more powerful. One of them would stop and observe the infinite universe. "We've been hiding for a long time. It's time for the gods of this world to fall. I can feel an immense power millions of kilometers from here." "Calm down, Kakarot. We must know the power of all." At that moment, they felt the clash of fists that destroyed everything, and they could get to where they were. Returning to the battlefield, the Queen of all Nemesis was very injured. Furious, Nemesis, with the intention of killing, she would launch an attack with her erase ability. Goku would respond with a similar attack. This is impossible! I'm the only one with the ability to erase! Goku, at the moment of being able to explain everything, Daishenkin would arrive.
So you dirty mortals were reborn. You don't know what awaits you. I will make you suffer until I ask you to kill you.
Whis would have already cured the Queen of Everything Nemesis. What the hell is going on here? What is this all about?
You are nothing more than a simple copy of Zeno-sama. You're not the true Queen of Everything. Only I deserve the title of King.
Furious, Nemesis would attack, where Daishenkin would parry his blow with one hand.
Now you are not a match for me.
Daishenkin, with a strong blow, would leave her lying on the floor. Goku was preparing to attack. However, the Saiyan Prince would go ahead of him, going to Perfect Ultra Instinct, throwing a big blow at Daishenkin, who was not able to observe said attack.
I see you're much more powerful than that stupid queen.
Daishenkin would raise all his power, making the entire multiverse tremble. The power that he realized was absurdly incredible, and at that moment, two lightning bolts began to clash their fists. Said battle would define the future of the entire multiverse. It could not be observed who would be the winner since both warriors were equal. Meanwhile, Goku would be with the Nemesis Queen, giving her a little bit of his power so that she can recover. At that moment, she opened her eyes. She would blush when she observed how the Saiyan had her in his arms. Meanwhile, Daishenkin would have taken the lead in the battle, giving Vegeta a few good blows that would fall badly injured. Goku observing this.
I see you've been training, but even so, you can't beat me. I'll exterminate you!
Goku would release immense power. Goku would go full power Ultra Instinct. Goku would launch into the first attack, beating the High Priest. That would have been fighting for a few hours. At one point in the battle, both would walk away.
You have raised your powers a lot, but I'm only using 65% of all my power.
Daishenkin would raise all the power of him, making everything around him tremble, and a few planets would be destroyed, making everything around him shake.
Well, I'm not using all my power either.
Goku begins to raise his power quickly, and his hair would grow to his waist. His appearance was imposing. All the universes would shake when feeling such power. The Queen of Everything Nemesis is surprised. So that is the true power of Son Goku. Whis and Beerus would be scared and could not move. Goku, at the end of his transformation, would have reached the powerful Ultra Instinct Phase 3. Everyone present could not believe such power. Whis and Beerus could not feel the power of Son Goku, but his terrible pressure, Goku would give Daishenkin a shrapnel of blows that would leave him lying on the ground, and he would charge a powerful Kamehameha that would make him ashes. Leaving no dust from the Great Priest, Whis would cure everyone, knowing that his father wanted to exterminate them and rule all the universes, while Goku and Vegeta would tell everything that happened to Beerus. Whis and the Queen of Everything Nemesis, everyone was surprised by what those Saiyans. I understand why I was taken from my original palace. Everyone wouldn't understand what she would say. I'm not from this multiverse. I don't remember what multiverse I'm from. At that moment, a voice would rumble through the place.
They are Goku and Vegeta. They must be attentive since soon their evil parts will arrive. King Vegeta is about to help them, but they must survive.
Goku and Vegeta told him that the god Zarma had told them about the death of a king of everything, and that two evil parts of themselves returned to them. From one moment to the next, a sinister power would appear, and two red eyes would they soon come to see.
So you are our good parts.
Everyone would be watching the two new enemies.
What do you want here? And what do you want? The only thing we want is to become the more powerful and exterminate all living beings in all 12 universes. We won't let you, damn insects!
Both Saiyans would go full power Ultra Instincts, however their counterparts would laugh.
What a power so low that your damn worms, they won't even serve to warm up!
Goku would launch himself against Dark Vegeta, while Vegeta against Dark Goku. Everyone would be having a close battle, where both Saiyans would go Super Saiyan Rose, balancing the battle much more by giving themselves some good blows. The Queen of Everything wanted to do something, but no idea had enough power to do it. Whis and Beerus could not even move. At that moment, Dark Vegeta, observing this, would launch a very powerful sphere of energy. Goku would try to teleport to stop it, however, Dark Vegeta will not allow it. At that moment, the Queen would completely face that great attack using the erase power that was greater than hers. The attack would hit her squarely, causing a great explosion. Furious, Goku managed to raise his power much more, giving Vegeta a great blow that almost knocked him out. Going to help Nemesis, Goku would take her with Whis and create a field of energy for it to move.
Leave this place. Go to the Kingdom of Everything and put barriers so that no one can enter.
Whis would obey and they would leave. Goku and Vegeta would be in trouble, where their counterparts would charge a final glow and a Kamehameha. Goku and Vegeta would try to counter them with the same technique, but the power of their enemies far exceeded them. The attack was about to collide with Goku and Vegeta. Both Saiyans launched their maximum attacks at him, where Goku and Vegeta could no longer do anything to return them. The attack would collide with Goku and Vegeta, leaving them very injured and on the brink of death. Dark Goku and Dark Vegeta charged their attacks again to eliminate them in one go, once and for all. However, a subject would save them just before dying. Returning to the Kingdom of Everything, Nemesis Queen would be furious at not being able to do anything against those subjects. Beerus would be unable to move, knowing that they existed two warriors that not even the Queen herself was fully capable of defeating. The Queen Nemesis would be talking to Whis about everything that happened, where Nemesis would decide to train to overcome her powers since she was a prodigy and her ability to increase in power was unreal. Returning with Goku and Vegeta, they would be very badly injured until a subject would heal them, and after a while they would wake up and observe a strange subject.
What has happened? Where do we meet? What happened to those bastards? Why did you save us? Who are you?
I'm the King of Everything of the Multiverse 5 Savatar. I have observed everything that happened with those two subjects, and I also observe great potential in you, and also the power of a King of Everything. Goku would begin to explain how he had the power of a king until the part where they fought with their evil counterparts. Savatar would understand everything that happened. I will train you. Goku and Vegeta were excited where they began with the training. With the King of Everything Savatar, meanwhile in the Kingdom of Everything, there were some celestial barriers that did not allow any subject with a bad intention to enter, so they would be at accept. However, Dark Goku and Vegeta were wreaking havoc throughout the universes, killing every destroyer god and their guardian angel.
Curse Vegeta, there is no powerful subject that can make me have fun. Calm down, Kakarot. Remember that the Queen of Everything and the deities of Universe 7 were able to flee. At that moment, they must become much more powerful.
Both Saiyans would go to the Kingdom of Everything, where when they wanted to enter, it was impossible for them.
They cannot be there forever. Some point they must leave, and at that moment, it'll be their death.
Both Saiyans would leave the kingdom completely. Whis and Beerus would be scared. Meanwhile, in a very different dimension, the Queen of Everything Nemesis would be having a rigorous training to be able to increase her powers and be useful in this multiversal battle that is about to begin. Meanwhile, with Goku and Vegeta, these also having the most difficult training they had to with the King of Everything Savatar. And after a few days training, Savatar would approach and seriously tell them, "Now I want you to raise your power to the maximum." Both Saiyans would raise their power to the maximum. Both Saiyans got a transformation called the Super Saiyan Silver. Their power exceeded by dozens of times the power of the Ultra Instinct dominated. They began to train and transformation so that it did not have so much energy wear. Returning with Dark Goku and Dark Vegeta, they would find themselves furious, returning to the Kingdom of Everything and raising a large part of their power, reaching Super Saiyan Rose Phase 3. Those with their most powerful techniques would tear said barriers to pieces and began to massacre those that are in that place. However, from one moment to the next, they felt an immense power, and it was nothing more than the Queen of Everything who had finished her training. This would raise her power to the maximum. "I'll pay them back for the humiliation they put me through." And just a few seconds later, she had given Dark Vegeta countless blows, leaving him on the ground, spitting blood and very badly injured. Dark Goku, observing and feeling such monstrous power, he would raise his power to the maximum, giving himself a great battle. However, it was not enough before the Furious Queen, who wanted to destroy everything. Nemesis would charge a great attack with the ability to erase. However, seconds before the attack hits both Saiyans, they would have emerged, bringing Dark Vegito, being able to stop such a monstrous attack with a bit of difficulty. Dark Vegito would stare at her.
You should call yourself a queen of everything, since you don't compare yourself to the power of the kings of our world. We didn't think we would have to merge to defeat you.
In a few milliseconds, Dark Vegeta would give her a powerful blow that would knock her to the ground, making her spit blood. Nemesis would not stay like that and would launch herself into attack again, being in vain. Dark Vegito's power had surpassed her by far, returning with the King of Everything Savatar and the Saiyans. They already had managed to master their new transformation.
They have achieved great power, but even so, they should not underestimate their enemies, since when he was about to die, he merged, and now not even the Nemesis himself is a match for that subject. I would teleport them to that place. Good luck.
Goku and Vegeta would arrive at the battlefield, watching Beerus and Whis on the verge of death, while Nemesis was very injured but kept fighting.
You will not defeat me! I'm the queen of everything in this multiverse!
Goku would give some of his powers to the deities of Universe 7 for them to recover. However, when he was about to go help Nemesis, she would fall to the ground on the brink of death, where Whis would go to rescue her. Goku and Vegeta would return to see Dark Vegito with a cold look.
Are they angry? I don't know how they managed to survive, but the result will be the same.
If we really wanted to win, we have no choice but to bring Gogeta.
Vegeta, with real anger, would accept, knowing that separately they would not be rivals for the warrior Dark Vegito. Realizing that they were going to try stopped them. However, in front of them, they would put Whis and Beerus and Nemesis to give them time what they needed.
We won't be able to stop him for that long, so hurry up!
Goku and Vegeta would do fusion steps, and a light would illuminate the entire multiverse, making it also shudder. That's right, Gogeta had appeared on the battlefield, becoming Super Saiyan Blue, where Gogeta at super speed gave him a great blow to Dark Vegito that would take him away from all of them. Thanks for the time you've given me. Now don't worry, I'll take care of the rest. Gogeta and Dark Vegito began with a great battle. In the sky, only lightning would be witnessed, and how the dimensions cracked due to the power of these two.
It's incredible! I'm a queen of everything, but even so, I can't see anything at all.
From one moment to the next, both warriors would walk away, and with serious look, they would observe each other.
It's time to fight seriously. I'm bored of you.
I'm saying the same. The warm-up is over. Hope you're ready. Dark Vegito would go to Super Saiyan Rose Phase 3, where Vegeta would go full power Ultra Instinct. Both would be giving a great battle. However, one had the advantage was Dark Vegito, staring to give him some good blows.
They have been the most powerful rival I've faced, but they're not capable of defeating me.
This would launch a final Kamehameha. Said power made everything around him tremble. Gogeta, upon feeling such a monstrous power, would pass to the Super Saiyan Silver and making the attack disappear with a simple shout. Dark Vegeta would be surprised. I didn't want to use this transformation, but the dark part of me has come to an end. You have ended the life of this entire multiverse. I hope you're ready to die. Gogeta began to give him a shrapnel of blows that Dark Vegito was not able to see anything. That's right, Dark Vegito knew that his death was approaching.
Please forgive my life. You will not know much about me in this multiverse, and I swear,
I can't do that. You've done too much damage to everyone in this multiverse and other multiverses. I can't leave you alive. Receive this, Heavenly Punisher of Souls! Dark Vegito began to disintegrate when said attack made contact with him. Gogeta would detransform since his entire body was in pieces by not mastering all that power. The Queen of Everything Nemesis and Whis would approach him to help him recover his energies.
How did you get such power?
When Goku and Vegeta merge, the power I get is incredible.
You really should be called the Saiyan Gods.
After a certain time, Gogeta would be diffused, returning Goku and Vegeta.
I want to train with you to become the three much more powerful.
What no one knew is that a being of much greater power than the 6 kings altogether was watching them.
So, those 2 Saiyans are the saviors of that multiverse. How interesting. Let's see what he does with this.
Said being spread a large amount of negative energy through the 6 multiverses. That's right. Each being of each multiverse was prey to incredible negative energy. The most affected were the kings of everything. However, when said negative energy was reaching the multiverse 4, that it was of the Nemesis, Goku and Vegeta realized being able to neutralize said power, making Nemesis not be affected. For all the other multiverses, the kings of everything had a mission and objective of assassinating Son Goku and Vegeta, since they saw them as a potential threat.
Damn, this power is from the King of Slaughter. I must do something before he completely dominates me.
Savatar would communicate telepathically with Goku and Vegeta.
Goku, Vegeta,
the King of Slaughter had released his negative energy throughout the universe. Every being has...
What's wrong, Savatar-sama? What happened?
At that time, the calm heart of Savatar had come from absolute evil.
I will kill you damn monkeys! They don't know who they're messing with. Each king of the whole has enough power to tear them to pieces. Get ready.
Goku and Vegeta were surprised to realize the sudden change that the King of Everything Savatar had with them.
What the hell? Who the hell is the King of Slaughter?
I don't know, Kakarot, but what I'm sure of is that we must become very powerful, because if that thing is capable of controlling the King of Everything, his power must be immense.
What happened, Goku? Vegeta? All good? Do you remember the negative energy from a few days ago?
Because said energy has been responsible for the King of Everything being filled with incredible dark power, wanting to kill me and Vegeta. Nemesis would be a bit surprised by everything said by Goku, where she would gather all the designs of the destruction together with her angels. I have gathered you here today so that you are prepared, because a large-scale dark energy is approaching us, and we do not know its origin.
That's right. Now the enemy is much more powerful than even Dark Goku and Dark Vegeta, being able to eliminate them with a single click if he wishes.
All the gods were surprised, because these with their maximum powers were not rivals for Dark Goku or Vegeta. They would all return to their multiverses. However, they were all very worried about what was going to happen.
Vegeta, we must become even more powerful. We must break the Super Saiyan Silver barrier and exceed the level of a King of Everything.
Goku and Vegeta would start with a new training together with the Queen of Everything, Nemesis. All of these were waiting to break all their limits. However, from a dimension from the Kingdom of Everything, a powerful tremor would feel the dimension. The dimension would have broken.
Whose majestic power is it? I can't believe it has gotten incredible power.
The power of that guy is something that even Gogeta couldn't do anything against him. Damn it. Now who the hell is it?
The entire palace began to shake, where an incredible power pressure would be present.
Don't you remember me, little sister?
That voice, is it you, Shiro?
Goku would be surprised because of what the subject said amid a surprising murderous aura.
What? That brother of the Queen of Everything, Nemesis?
I'm surprised you're with these 2 Saiyan men. From what I remember, you're the queen who hated men.
I don't remember what you're talking about. I came to this multiverse about 50 years ago because of a wish.
I see. That's why you have that pathetic power. You're not the Nemesis I remember.
I don't know what you're doing in this place, but if it's just to make fun of us, you can leave.
Don't talk nonsense, Nemesis. I haven't seen you for millions of years. Of course I won't leave. Besides, I want you to awaken your true power and accept for once and for all the demonic blood that runs through your being.
Now I remember. We are the Yagami family, the gifted demons.
That's right, little sister. And you always decided to turn your back on us and reject your blood.
I'm not interested. That power's disgusting.
If you manage to control it, of course it's not. Then look at me.
I will train with you, and if I change my mind, I will.
Goku would get into the conversation.
Will you also train with us?
Ha ha ha!
I see that you have enough guts to go towards me with that naturalness. Shiro would begin to spread his power throughout the kingdom of everything, where he would leave Goku and Vegeta motionless. What the hell? I can't move! The pressure this guy exerts is incredible!
Hell, Kakarot, you never measure your words. Now because of you, we're even in bigger trouble.
Goku would create a small sphere of ki to cut himself and be able to move freely. Vegeta, when observing what Goku had done, would do the same. Wow, so you defeated fear with pain. This seems very interesting to me. Tomorrow, I'll train only with you two Saiyans. Aren't you going to train with me? I've changed my mind. I'm only going to train with this pair of Saiyans. I'll make them suffer in life. No, you want to kill them! I have always wanted to comply with your whims, and I listen to you for being my little sister. But this time, it will not be like that. I'll train with these Saiyans, and it's the last word. Shiro would leave through the portal of the Kingdom of Everything, returning to his dimension. This would be said. It's correct. We are the prodigal demons, but against the renegade gods we cannot do anything. Wait a little longer, Mom. I swear, I'll save you and annihilate all that damned in that universe. Returning to the Kingdom of Everything, the Queen of Everything Nemesis was a little scared because she had now never seen her brother Shiro like this.
Is Nemesis-sama alright?
What are you up to, Shiro? You've never been like this. We'll be able to train with that subject of great power. I can't believe it. We'll become extremely powerful.
That's right, Kakarot. If only his pressure was able to almost kill us. Can't believe if we train together with that guy.
No, you mustn't leave this place. If you stay tomorrow, it'll be your death. My brother has never behaved like that. I don't know what happens to him.
Don't worry, Nemesis. Maybe he just wants to increase his powers like us.
Goku and Vegeta would not give so much importance to the matter. Meanwhile, in a very distant place, to be more exact, in multiple verse 5, was the king of everything Savatar, who was the most corrupt since he had taken affection for Goku and Vegeta, making all that affection turn into hatred and thirst for revenge.
I can't wait any longer. I have to exterminate those damn Saiyans.
Savatar was preparing to end the lives of both Saiyans. Returning to the Multiverse 4, they were already all in the Kingdom of Everything, and as the day passed, Shiro would arrive again.
I hope you have rested well, because from today your torture begins.
We're ready for any training.
Okay, so I want you to raise all your power to the maximum and fight against me.
Are you sure he wants us to attack him at the same time?
That's right. They won't be able to do anything against me. I'll only use one arm. Do not underestimate us, damned insect. Make sure you regret your words.
Goku and Vegeta began to increase their powers in a surprising way. The whole kingdom trembled from the power that both Saiyans gave off.
It's correct. The power of these warriors is not normal, and in one of them I could feel the essence of a king of everything.
Both Saiyans passed the Super Saiyan Silver, launching the attack, but what Shiro had said was true, since he was fighting with both warriors with only one arm.
This isn't possible! How can he stop both of us with one arm? This is a damn joke.
This power of this being is incredible. I can't believe it. What happened? What was the most powerful beings in this universe?
Goku and Vegeta would continue to attack, however, without warning, both Saiyans received an infinity of blows that they did not know where they had come from. Shiro showed a bit of his incredible speed. It's incredible! I can't see anything! I don't know what the hell's happening. At that moment, she could see how both Saiyans fell, creating a huge crater.
I was able to measure his maximum powers. It's not bad at all, Shiro would say to himself. They must increase their powers much more since those gods have a power similar to mine, or even the power of some of them is much more powerful.
You have amazing power. Training with you will become much more powerful.
That's right, but you won't train with that power. Receive this power, prison.
A sphere came out of Shiro's palm, colliding with Goku and Vegeta. His power had been 90% sealed.
What the hell? How do you want us to train if now we can't even move? It's my training method. You'll thank me later. But first you must master all your base power.
Shiro began to teach them. What they did not know was that a powerful warrior was rapidly approaching this entire multiverse. A few days had already passed where Shiro was a little irritated. It'd be said,
Training out of here will be much longer. It'll be better to train in the demonic room.
Shiro, with the change of place, would take Goku and Vegeta to said room. That's right, both Saiyans fell to the ground when they entered, not having the power.
Here we'll continue the training. Inside of this dimension, only 2 days have passed, while 40 years have passed inside here.
The Saiyans were surprised. The difference in time was brutal. They began to train in a very efficient way since their power was overflowing. At that moment, both had reached incredible power. When they were about to leave said place, Shiro would return them to see with a smile.
They have become very powerful. It's time to give them something back.
Power prison release! The power of both that sealed them returned, but it was different, since they felt how all their key veins were going to explode from so much power until they managed to dominate it.
I sealed 90% of all their power, so that they raise all that power again, since being so powerful their Zenkais were no longer so incredible. And now when they gave them back their power, this is the result.
Both Saiyans were exploding with power. These would come out of the demonic dimension. The three would feel like a warrior was about to reach the kingdom of everything.
I recognize that key as the king of everything, the Multiverse 5 Savatar.
That's right, Insect. But do you remember that an evil energy had infected him?
That's right, since the key that it gives off is pure evil.
The three warriors would change places in the kingdom altogether. After a few hours, the subject would arrive screaming,
Goku and Vegeta, today will be the day of your death.
Savatar would charge a large lightning attack by launching it at him. However, at that moment, Goku would stop that attack.
I know that you're not the Savatar that saved our lives, so the only way is death.
That's right, and it was the worst mistake that day. I should have let them die, damn Saiyans.
I swear we'll look for the person responsible for this and annihilate him. Don't worry, Savatar.
Goku had pierced the chest with a powerful blow, making the king completely perish. Or that was what he thought. Since he tried to move his arm from Savatar's body, he could not.
But what the hell's going on? Why can't I get my arm out of his body?
The body of the king of everything, Savatar, was disappearing. Even from that, Vegeta flew at maximum speed to try to save Kakarot. But at that moment, the three teleported.
Damn, I can't believe it. It's not for one reason, it's for another, but those Saiyans always get into trouble.
Shiro began to fly at an incredible speed throughout the multiverse to try to feel the key of Goku and Vegeta. Meanwhile, in a very dark place, a voice would rumble.
So, they have fallen into my trap. I can finally keep the powers of the Omega Saiyan gods.
Who are you? And what are you talking about?
That doesn't interest you. Only that today will be your death. Rather, you should feel lucky, since you will always live in me.
Don't say stupid.
Vegeta was not able to finish that sentence because Sakurai suddenly went through him with an attack. But this attack was special. That's right, it was to extract the soul and power of its carrier. Goku went to Super Saiyan Phase 4 Heavenly. Both Super Saiyans were training merged to recover their tails, and with this new transformation, Goku launched the attack. But his power was still not enough to face that guy, who was having a strong blow almost knock him out of combat. When this being finished absorbing all the power of Vegeta, he would have launched the same technique at Goku, who used the Kaioken increased 200 times, making Shiro feel his power. Shiro would use the dimension change, arriving in the second, and with his demonic eye, he was able to observe the technique in detail. He let it absorb Goku.
Now, if I have seized the supreme power, no one will be a match for me.
However, Shiro would throw a powerful blow at him.
Who are you? Why did you absorb both Saiyans?
I'm the king of slaughter, the great Sakurai, and seeing your great power, I will absorb it.
Shiro wanted him to use the same technique to get the power of Goku and Vegeta. Sakurai fell into his trap.
Spiritual debator!
Shiro, at that moment, would scream, leaving Sakurai surprised.
Spiritual devastator!
Both attacks were colliding, and no clear winner could be seen. Shiro had been able to counteract the spiritual devourer of Sakurai, being able to take out the souls of Goku and Vegeta. Nevertheless, the soul of Vegeta had been the most affected when being corrupted by negative energy. Nevertheless, Vegeta and Goku in that moment would fall out of combat. In that moment, furious Sakurai would raise a great part of all his destructive power, making collapse the dimension where all they were.
I do not care who you are, and this place will be your cursed tomb. You are very wrong, simple worm. I am the demon Shiro, the legendary being of the Crimson Eyes. Stop talking nonsense. The name of that demon was heard thousands of years ago from the last time, so don't believe anything of what you say. Now, I will keep his powers.
Sakurai at that moment would pounce against Shiro, but to his surprise, Shiro dodged each of his blows, making that Sakurai was very hurt by the power of the blows of Shiro. That's right, Sakurai was a being which surpassed the power of a king of everything, and possessed a resistance that not any being was able to hurt him. But this was not a problem for Shiro, since the power of his fists was thousands of times greater than the resistance of a king of everything, ordinary and common.
I hope you're ready to die. You have an incredible power, but if I go to the other world, I won't go alone. I will take each one of you damned ones.
Sakurai in that moment would increase a great part of his power, but his body had lost a little speed. In that moment, Shiro, at the speed of lightning, would be able to grant him thousands of blows, making Sakurai split a great quantity of blood. That's right, meanwhile outside the dimension, Nemesis was very worried about knowing anything about Goku, Vegeta, and his brother. However, at that moment, a portal would open in the realm of the whole, from which Shiro would come out carrying both warriors.
Boys, are you alright? I thought something bad had happened to you.
Something bad did happen to us, but that pathetic god was too weak to face me, the supreme demon.
At that moment, everyone would place Vegeta and Goku in a recovery machine. However, Vegeta's machine possessed a special essence, since his mind and heart had been affected by the being inside a being with 100% negative energy.
How long will they stay in that state? I don't like to see them like this.
Don't worry, sis. They'll be fine. In a few hours, they'll recover completely. For Son Goku, I'm 100% sure that he'll wake up today. For Vegeta, it might take him 2 more days.
I trust you, brother. I hope nothing bad will happen to him.
Shiro at that moment would form a portal leading to his dimension, to devise the perfect plan to finish once and for all the most powerful negative god. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, 8 hours already passed since both Saiyans had entered the recovery capsules, and at that moment, Goku would be the first to wake up, destroying the capsule.
I'm already healed, so Shiro-sama was able to defeat that guy. Goku, I thought something happened to you. Tell me, what happened to you?
Goku would tell him everything that had happened until Shiro was able to duplicate his technique and they were unconscious. Goku at that moment would approach Vegeta's capsule, staring at it.
Prince Vegeta, I trust you. The most powerful Saiyan can't die in such a pathetic situation like this. Goku, I don't want something like this to happen again. I know you're much more powerful than me now, but let's train. Sure, Nemesis, if that's what you want, we'll do it.
However, when Goku was part of Sakurai's body, he had received some of his essence and power, but having a much more healthy mentality than Vegeta's, and his heart being clean of evil, he would only be able to control all that power because when Goku and Nemesis were going to face each other, Goku would begin to release a power far beyond his limits. Even the whole Kingdom of Everything would shudder because of such bestial power. Goku's body was releasing an extremely abominable power. Even all the universes were trembling for such majestic power. However, at that precise moment, Vegeta's recovery capsule would explode, beginning to release a gigantic purple aura and destroying everything in its path. Nemesis at that moment would try to approach Goku, however the power it released would not allow it. At the moment it would approach Vegeta, Shiro would strongly grab it.
Are you an idiot? The destructive energy of this releasing is incredible. They are capable of destroying you without any difficulty. Their power is incredible. I hope they master all that power to put an end to all of this today.
After all the disaster that both of them had caused all over the 12 universes, they were able to control their auras.
I'll not allow this power to control me. I'm the protector of all the universes. I'll not fail Zeno-sama.
I'll not stay behind the inside of Kakarot. I'm also capable of dominating all this power and make it form for me.
At that moment, all the 12 universes would return to normality, and likewise the castle. At that moment, we can observe Goku and Vegeta, which had returned to their initial doctrines. But this time, the power released was extremely incredible. That's right, Goku and Vegeta had taken the power of their doctrines to a level beyond a king, and they were able to dominate it to such an extent that they only needed their initial state to be able to store much more power.
Goku, Vegeta, do you control all your power? Of course, and the power of that damn Sakurai is totally ours. Do you feel ready to put an end to evil, and to put an end to the most powerful demon god who is the father of Nemesis and me?
I'll do whatever it takes to protect Nemesis and all the 12 universes. At that moment, all the gods and angels would come to the realm of the whole because they had felt such bestial power. At that moment, Nemesis would step forward. Gods, angels, and all divine beings of high or low power, Goku and Vegeta need our powers to put an end to the evil one, once and for all.
We're ready for any order, Nemesis-sama. Thank you for your support, gods. Today will be the day that good will triumph, and if not, will be remembered as legends. Let us take to victory, kings of all.
Angelic technique, keychains, divine connection. At that moment, thousands of threads in the form of rays were connected by each one of the gods, angels, and even the queen of everything herself, Nemesis. I do not have the necessary power to accompany you, but I will give you every drop of my power. At that moment, all the bestial power would enter the bodies of Goku and Vegeta, which seemed to explode with so much power. Master, we don't know how long this power will last, so let's go immediately.
Three-dimensional change, demonic connection.
At that moment, all the warriors would arrive to a place which seemed like the same Crimson Purgatory, since no being would be able to live in that place. From one moment to another, a voice would resound throughout the place, being able to observe a tall being with the appearance of a man. Is he the most powerful demon king? He looks like a simple human being. At that moment, Goku would be sent to fly hundreds of thousands of kilometers all over that place. That's right, the supreme demon god named Akura had an amazing power. So much so that none of the three warriors were able to observe the blow that Akura had given to Goku.
But how the hell was he able to do that? This is something amazing. His power, I can't believe it. This is the true power of a supreme level demon. So prepare yourself. After millions of years, I see you again, my son, and it seems that you want to continue with this miserable revenge. Miserable? Damn you! You absorbed the essence of my mother and my other siblings to possess the power you have now. It will never be my intention to kill them, but it was collateral damage, since the most important thing in this multiverse is power.
Shiro and Vegeta at that moment would throw themselves against Akura, beginning to exchange blows at a great speed, while Goku would begin to charge a sneak attack with his maximum power. That's right, the key that Goku was concentrating was even capable of making all the dimensions rumble, even reaching the realm of everything, leaving all the divine beings astonished. That's Goku's key! His power has grown in an amazing way! I can't believe it! At that moment, Goku would launch a powerful attack, which destroyed everything around him. At that moment, Shiro and Vegeta would quickly move aside. However, Akura with a great blow would send the attack to the sky, leaving all the others surprised.
They have great power, but it's not enough to finish me off. We want to see it, damn it!
At that moment, Vegeta would communicate telepathically with Shiro.
Shiro, distract him for 2 minutes. I think we could do something that'll give us victory. Okay, I could stall him for 2 minutes, but hopefully it's his trump card, because if we die here, this bastard will end up with everything we love.
At that moment, Vegeta would go quickly to Goku, and both would return to their base state. So right at the precise moment, Goku and Vegeta would begin to perform the steps of fusion. And at that instant, an extremely abysmal power was felt by every universe, multiverse, every galaxy. That's right, the power of Gogeta Mega Instinct was so much that it would make Akura's body shudder.
Who the hell are you? I'm not Goku or Vegeta. I'm the one in charge of finishing you off.
Gogeta at that moment at lightning speed would be able to connect a strong blow, which would make him fall to the ground. Gogeta, without allowing Akura to react, would begin to give him a shrapnel of blows, leaving Akura with nothing to do. That's right, Gogeta had hit Akura like a real punching bag. However, when Gogeta would charge a powerful dragon attack, to everyone's impression, Akura would stop it with only one of his hands.
Your power with that strange technique of joining bodies was raised 1,000 times more. But with me, you'll need more than that. Demon Demonic Dragon Destroyer.
At that moment, a great dragon would descend from the sky, which Gogeta would dodge. However, it would not be fast enough to be able to dodge the attack completely, resulting extremely wounded. At the moment of the fusion would end, its bearers were extremely wounded.
Damn it! The fusion of the two was not able to finish off my father. His power has increased too much since the last time. You've never seen my true power, so don't wonder why they can't defeat me. Did we really ever have a chance against my father?
Akura at that moment would start to move at a speed 100 times faster than before, starting to hit each one of the warriors as they were already very wounded and were not able to do anything to defend themselves.
Flame of the underworld.
At that moment, hundreds of flames came from the ground, causing wounds to the warriors, which would fall to the ground badly wounded. At that moment, Goku would communicate telepathically with Nemesis.
Nemesis! The Supreme Dragon King turned out to be more powerful than all of us. Ask the gods to gather the Dragon Balls of the planet Earth of Universe 7 and also the Super Dragon Balls. As you say, Goku.
At that moment, Nemesis would give the order to search for all the Dragon Balls. The God Destroyer Beerus along with Whis were the first to find the 7 Dragon Balls on planet Earth, invoking Shenron successfully.
Oh, great Beerus-sama, tell me, what is your wish?
At that moment, Nemesis would communicate again with Goku, asking for wishes.
We wish that you return all the energies of the warriors named Goku, Vegeta, and Shiro. That wish is beyond my power.
How can you fulfill your wish?
At that moment, without warning, Whis would launch a great part of his angelic power towards the Dragon Balls, making Shenron have much more power. That moment, the eyes of Shenron would shine, fulfilling the first wish of Beerus successfully. The 3 warriors would recover their powers, and both Saiyans would obtain a great Zenkai. Goku at that moment would rise to the top of the planet, beginning to gather the energy of all life forms of all multiverses. At that moment, a great sphere of energy began to be created at the top of the atmosphere, and while that happened, Vegeta and Shiro were distracting him with all their power.
Damn, that power that guy has in his hands is abysmal. If he manages to create the technique completely, I won't survive.
After 10 minutes in which Vegeta and Shiro had been able to stop Akura, Goku's ultimate technique, the powerful Genkidama, was ready.
This is for all the beings you've annihilated! Die, damn it!
Goku at that moment would throw his great attack, however Vegeta and Shiro would rush in to hold them tightly.
What the hell is wrong with you? Are you thinking of dying with me? Shut up, insect. It'll be an honorable death. To finish with the most powerful Demon King, I'll be remembered for all existence.
That moment, Goku would also fall to the Genkidama, but he would manage to inform Nemesis of his last wish. A great explosion would be able to be seen throughout the multiverse, even destroying everything around him. After a few days in which the Super Dragon Balls were gathered, all the gods together with Nemesis would invoke the Super Dragon God. Great Dragon God Zama, I ask you to bring Goku, Vegeta, my brother Shiro, the king of everything Zeno-sama, back to life. At that moment, the eyes of Zama would light up and a great roar would be formed through the universe, and the aforementioned would appear. Zen friend, you at last have returned to us.
Goku and Vegeta, I've always trusted you. You're definitely the most powerful Saiyan of all the existing multiverses.
This is how Goku and Vegeta would take the position of supreme megaversal gods, being in charge of maintaining order in all the multiverses. At the moment when both warriors were fighting a battle that could change the fate of Earth, this being who presented himself as Bahamut's henchman, this dark entity with a humanoid shape but a bird's head, was going to be surprised by the abilities of the Saiyan warriors. In the middle of the combat, of all the show of strength between both warriors and this dark being, Tagami, with a confused face, but confident that his strength was far superior to that of these earthly warriors, thought, "I'm amazed at the strength these earthly beings possess. I guess they deserve to know who'll kill them." Then at that moment, he told them with a malevolent smile, he said, "I've been surprised by warriors. That's why they deserve to know my name. I'm Tagami, sacred god of darkness, follower of the supreme god Bahamut." Goku, very surprised of what he's hearing, said, "More gods? This sounds very dangerous, and it's exciting."
Bug, shut up! The life of this planet's at risk, and you get excited about a being that's very powerful.
The speed of the combat accelerated as Goku and Vegeta pounced on Tagami. The energy in the air became dense, vibrating with the intensity of the impending confrontation. Tagami, with his dark aura, stood his ground, disdainfully watching the approaching Saiyans. "Do you think you have a chance against the power of darkness?" Goku and Vegeta continued their advance, wasting no time in unnecessary words. In the blink of an eye, they were in front of Tagami, unleashing a gale of blows. Tagami, with surprising agility, dodged many of the attacks, but some managed to land, demonstrating the strength of the Saiyans. "Don't underestimate the power of a Saiyan!"
Come on, God of Darkness, show us what you can do.
Tagami responded to the challenge, unleashing his own fury. His speed and combat skills were amazing, deflecting the blows of Goku and Vegeta with subtle movements. The battle turned into a whirlwind of punches, kicks, and ki blasts, lighting up the sky with flashes of light and darkness.
They're just insects in front of the power of eternal darkness.
Goku in his base state and Vegeta, with their pride as the Saiyan Prince, continued to put pressure on Tagami. However, as the battle progressed, Tagami began to reveal more of his true power. His dark aura intensified and his form subtly changed, revealing a transformation that increased his power exponentially.
This can't be good.
Goku, always excited for a challenge, added, "Vegeta, get ready! This is getting interesting." Takagami's increased power created an overwhelming pressure on the battlefield. His speed increased dramatically, and his strength eclipsed that of the Saiyans. However, Goku and Vegeta were not intimidated. With determination, they raised their own power of levels, taking the battle to new heights. The fighting continued with swift attacks and explosions shaking the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta, now in more advanced forms, kept up the pace, challenging Takagami at every turn. However, despite his efforts, the sacred god of darkness proved to be a formidable adversary.
This is entertaining, but your resistance is useless. The darkness consumes everything.
Goku and Vegeta, without giving up, exchanged determined glances. "Vegeta, it's time to go further!"
Huh, of course, Kakarot.
As Chaos and Ten Shinhan rushed to warn the other Z warriors, the confrontation between Goku, Vegeta, and Takagami entered a new level of intensity. The struggle for the fate of the universe was in full swing. A cosmic battle was raging on planet Earth, where darkness and light collided in a frantic dance of energy. Goku and Vegeta, the brave Saiyans, were facing Takagami, the Falcon, sacred god of darkness. The intensity of the combat resonated in the universe, and every movement threatened to tear reality itself apart. Takagami, who had increased his power, floated in the air with an imposing presence and dark aura. His eyes glowed with malice as he watched the Saiyans, who stood firm, prepared to defend their fate of the planet. In response to their enemies' increased power, Goku and Vegeta channeled their ki to the maximum, raising their power to the Super Saiyan.
Vegeta, this guy's strong, but that only means that this fight will be even better. Huh, of course, Kakarot. This is our time to shine.
The planet Earth vibrated with the energy released by the three contenders. The distant stars seemed to pale before the magnitude of the conflict. The clouds were dissipated by such a demonstration of power. Takagami, with his increased speed, lunged at Goku with a darkness-laden punch. Goku, using his elasticity and quickness, dodged gracefully, leaving a trail of flashes around him by the speed at which Takagami was lashing out with his nigh-speed punches. Vegeta, with a burst of ki, stepped between Goku and Takagami, blocking an attack that would have been devastating his fellow Saiyan. The shockwave from the collision sent debris in all directions.
I expected nothing less from you, sacred god of darkness.
Takagami defiantly unleashed a series of dark blasts towards Goku and Vegeta. The Saiyans responded with perfect timing, countering each attack with precise strikes and energy waves. The scene looked like a combat symphony, where every movement was choreographed with divine precision. Goku, with a twinkle in his eye, concentrated his energy on his hands. A bluish sphere of energy began to form, growing in size and luminosity. Vegeta, observing the familiar technique, smiled as he recognized the power that Goku was summoning. A colossal energy wave fired by Goku shot through the sky like lightning, hitting Takagami squarely. However, the darkness was absorbing the energy, and the Falcon emerged unscathed, laughing disdainfully. "Is that all you have, Saiyan?" While Goku was recovering from the effort of his attack, Vegeta launched himself at Takagami with supersonic speed. His fist slammed into the Dark God, creating a shockwave that shook the air. However, Takagami responded with a burst of energy that sent Vegeta backwards.
Ah! Damn, this guy's stronger than I thought.
Goku, recovering, joined the battle again. Both Saiyans, aware that they were facing a formidable enemy, decided that it was time to take the fight to the next level.
Vegeta, how about we show what we can really do? Of course, Kakarot. Let's do it.
Goku and Vegeta began to accumulate energy around them. The atmosphere was charged with an intensity of their ki as they unleashed their advanced forms. Goku transformed into the Super Saiyan Blue, while Vegeta assumed his evolved form, the Evolved Blue Super Saiyan. Are they taking each other seriously now? Goku and Vegeta, with their new forms, advanced towards Takagami with renewed determination. The speed and strength of the Saiyans were now incomparable. The impacts resounded like cosmic thunder, creating a symphony of destruction in the sky. The battle became even more intense. Goku and Vegeta, coordinating their movements, attacked Takagami with an impressive combination of techniques and melee attacks. The Falcon, despite its power, was overwhelmed by the ferocity of the Saiyans.
Final flash!
The bursts of energy, one blue and one golden, converged into a titanic explosion that engulfed Takagami. Light and darkness mixed in a burst of dazzling colors. However, when the explosion dissipated, Takagami emerged once more, his form slightly battered, but his determination intact.
His power is awesome, but I'm a god. The darkness cannot be defeated so easily.
Goku and Vegeta, without giving up, continued the offensive. The speed of his combat reached levels that defied comprehension. Punches and kicks were exchanged in a split second, creating a glow of cosmic collisions.
Big Bang Attack! Kaioken 20 times!
The energy exploded again, shaking the sky with its fury. However, Takagami, with his divine resistance, withstood the attacks. The battle raged across the cosmos, with the warriors disappearing and reappearing in flashes of light and shadow. In the middle of the struggle, Goku and Vegeta began to feel an overwhelming pressure. Takagami's darkness seemed to expand, defying even the limits of the most powerful Saiyans. Reality itself was twisting under the influence of dark energy.
This darkness is incredibly strong. We can't back down now, Kakarot. We must get over this.
Both Saiyans raised their powers even more. The fight reached a new peak of intensity. The Saiyan was exploding like fireworks in the vastness of the night sky, lighting up the darkness with flashes of determination and defiance. Takagami, at the epicenter of the storm, smiled ominously.
Now you'll see the true power of eternal darkness.
The universe trembled as the battle reached its climax. The warriors were fighting for the fate of everything they knew, and the question that lingered in space was whether the light of the Saiyans could overcome the darkness of the sacred god. The planet Earth rumbled with the intensity of the cosmic battle. Goku and Vegeta, drenched in sweat, maintained their advanced forms as they prepared for Takagami's next assault. Darkness was emanating from his figure, but something seemed out of place. The Dark God's skin had a grayish hue, as if he had not yet completed the possession of its wearer. Takagami, with a guttural laugh, seemed to notice the perplexity in the Saiyan's expressions.
Surprise, Saiyans! I've not yet revealed all my power.
Goku and Vegeta exchanged puzzled looks. Something was not right, and both warriors felt it. At that moment, Takagami convulsed. A new form shook, as if he was fighting against something. An invisible force seemed to pull at him from within.
No!
I haven't taken complete control yet!
Suddenly, a burst of dark energy enveloped Takagami, hiding him from view. The Saiyans were on guard, prepared for any surprise. Their energy in the air became denser, as if the cosmos itself was on the verge of transformation.
What's going on?
Before they could form any more questions, the dark energy dispersed, revealing Takagami's true form. However, what they saw took their breath away. At the moment of arriving at his true form, he let himself see the body he was possessing. This body was Yamcha's. Once the warriors saw that, Takagami completed his bird-headed humanoid form, but now the true form of the sacred god of destruction was clearly revealed. The falcon's head was clearly shown, with a defined musculature but a thin body, wearing blue Egyptian clothes with gold bracelets and a gold necklace. Huge wings which disappeared and appeared at their whim. Now Takagami had something going for him. He was playing against the Saiyan warriors. Not only should he defeat them, but they should also avoid harming Yamcha.
That's what Yamcha looks like!
Takagami's rumbling laughter filled the space. Now completely in possession of Yamcha's body, the Dark God was displaying a malevolent smile.
That's right, Saiyans. This weak body belongs to me now.
Vegeta gritted his teeth furiously.
Damn it! How dare you possess one of us? It's not just one Saiyan. Soon all of you will become Baomut puppets.
The reality of the situation hit Goku and Vegeta, but the force of the cosmic impact, the dark entity they were facing, was not only a dark god, but also had the power of possessing earthling warriors. Yamcha, now inside the sacred god of darkness, did not have any sign of consciousness. The god had taken control of his being completely.
Ha 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 ha! There's no escape. Baomut will be released, and this universe will fall into eternal darkness.
Goku and Vegeta shared a determined look. They knew the threat was even greater now. Not only were they fighting a dark god, they were also faced the possibility of losing their friends and allies in this fight.
Vegeta, we have to find a way to free Yamcha and stop Takagami. Of course, Kakarot, but first, we have to deal with this dark god.
The battle continued, but now the situation was more desperate. Takagami, with Yamcha's body, unleashed an unstoppable fury. The Saiyans struggled not only against eternal darkness, but also against the weight of facing one of their own companions. Explosions of energy lit up the sky, but the inner struggle of Goku and Vegeta was equally intense. Every blow, every burst of ki resonated with the promise of freeing Yamcha and saving the universe from the threat of Baomut. But Takagami wasn't going to give up so easily.
Do you think you could beat one of the World Eater's henchmen?
The dark energy intensified in the ultimate form of the sacred god of darkness. Now, the freedom to be able to use all his power launched relentless attacks. Goku and Vegeta, with their advanced forms, were fighting with all their might, but the darkness had a firm grip. The struggle dragged on. Every moment seemed like an eternity. Yamcha, although he was just a contender for Takagami, at one point during the fight showed signs of pain on his face. It was as if his very essence was fighting against the darkness that was consuming her.
Yamcha, hold on! Let's get you out of this!
But Goku's words were lost in the storm. Takagami, with a maniacal laugh, continued his assault. The Earth, witness of this cosmic conflict, trembled before the magnitude of the confrontation between light and darkness. Somewhere far away, Chaos and Ten Shinhan, after alerting the other Z warriors about the threat, returned to the battlefield. Seeing the situation, Ten Shinhan's face filled with fury as Chaos clenched his fist determinedly.
Takagami, I'll make sure you pay for this!
Both warriors joined the fight, but even with their abilities, facing a dark god who possessed one of his own would not be so easy. The battle turned into a desperate struggle to face Yamcha and stop Baomut before he was released. During the chaos, Goku and Vegeta shared a look of determination. The darkness could be powerful, but the light of the Saiyans would shine even in the darkest moments. The battle for the fate of the universe was far from over, and Earth's heroes were ready to face any challenges that stood in their way. Taking a trip to the past, one day before the strange artifact was impregnated into Goku's chest, after rescuing his son Goten, Yamcha, oblivious to the imminent danger that was coming, was exploring an ancient Egyptian pyramid during an archaeological expedition. The atmosphere was charged with mystery and the promise of amazing discoveries.
Deep inside the pyramid, Yamcha stumbled upon an ancient artifact that was glowing with a dim light. It was an Egyptian bracelet decorated with intricate hieroglyphs. Fascinated by her beauty and attracted by an inexplicable force, Yamcha could not resist and placed the bracelet on his wrist. The moment the bracelet touched his skin, a strange sensation enveloped Yamcha. It was not painful or threatening, but rather captivating. An ancestral connection was established between the earthly warrior and the Egyptian artifact. What Yamcha didn't know was that this artifact contained an ancient power linked to the age of gods and legends. As the light from the bracelet merged with Yamcha, an ancient presence awoke. It was the essence of an ancient god that was lying asleep inside the artifact. However, this being was neither malevolent nor benevolent. It was simply an ancestral force seeking to join a mortal existence, or at least that was what Yamcha felt at that moment. The god, by merging with Yamcha, granted him abilities and knowledge beyond his comprehension. Yamcha felt with a strength and connection to the story itself. The fusion, although puzzling at first, resulted in a unique symbiosis between the earthly warrior and the divine entity. Yamcha didn't know what the bracelet actually was. Returning to the battle, every moment became more challenging for Goku and Vegeta and the earthly warriors. Tagami, now completely liberated, unleashed a destructive force that tested even the most powerful Saiyans. In an effort to turn the tide of the battle, Ten Shinhan and Chaos joined the fight. Both warriors, aware of the threat possessed by Tagami, threw themselves into the fray bravely. His unique skills and determination added a new dynamic to the conflict, but even with his intervention, the darkness persisted.
Ten Shinhan, keep the pressure on. We cannot allow this darkness to take over our world.
Ten Shinhan nodded, concentrating his energy on coordinated attacks with Goku and Vegeta. Despite their combined efforts, Tagami remained a relentless adversary. As the battle reached its peak, Goku and Vegeta, exhausted but without losing their determination, shared a look of mutual understanding. They knew they needed an extra power to face Tagami at his finest. Instantly, an idea crossed their minds of the Saiyan's fusion.
Vegeta, I know it's not something you prefer, but I think it's our only option.
I don't like to admit it, Kakarot, but I agree with you. If we want to stop this monster, we need all the power we can get. Both warriors assumed the necessary postures to perform the fusion dance. The energy of Goku and Vegeta intertwined in a brilliant flash, and within seconds, an entirely new warrior emerged. Gogeta in his base form, the supremely powerful fusion of the two Saiyans.
It seems the occasion requires it. Now, Tagami, get ready.
So you think a ridiculous fusion will be able to stand up to my power? Gogeta rushed towards Tagami with amazing speed. The matchup that followed was an unmatched display of skills. Gogeta dodged Takagami's attacks with grace, fighting back with overwhelming force. However, the darkness that enveloped the Dark God proved to be a formidable challenge. During the intense battle, Ten Shinhan and Chaos continued to bravely fight, but the price of a confrontation was already becoming apparent. Takagami, taking advantage of the distraction, launched a devastating attack that left Ten Shinhan and Chaos seriously injured. Goku and Vegeta, seeing their companions in danger, felt a surge of rage. Gogeta redoubled his efforts, attacking with renewed ferocity. However, Takagami, aware of the situation, diverted his attention to Ten Shinhan and Chaos.
Feeling the despair, Saiyans. Soon this world will witness its end.
Goku and Vegeta, full of rage and determination, increased their speed. They knew they needed to do something before Takagami carried out his threats. The battle reached its climax when Gogeta launched a massive attack on Takagami, seeking to break his resistance. However, the darkness surrounding Takagami intensified, revealing a surprise resistance. It was then that Ten Shinhan and Chaos, still on the ground, exchanged a determined look. They knew that whatever they had to do to give Gogeta a chance to defeat Takagami.
Goku, Vegeta, you need time. I'll take care of holding this monster. I'll come with you, Ten Shinhan. Together we'll be the barrier they need.
Goku and Vegeta, although reluctant to lose their friends, went at full speed to avoid what they had in mind.
Don't do it! Ten Shinhan, Chaos!
Ten Shinhan and Chaos stood up, ignoring the pain coursing through their bodies. With determination, they faced Takagami, resisting his attacks with all their might. Gogeta, seeing the situation, understood the magnitude of the sacrifice they were making.
We cannot disappoint this sacrifice. We have to win this.
While Tenshinhan and Chaos bravely fought Takagami, Gogeta continued his assault with the intensity intact. The battle was taking place on two fronts, with the Earth Warriors sacrificing themselves to provide the necessary opening. Goku and Vegeta, as he approached, their hearts were filled with sorrow and gratitude towards Tenshinhan and Chaos. Gogeta, with supersonic speed, approached the scene where Tenshinhan and Chaos were bravely facing Takagami. His gaze reflected the mixture of determination and regret, knowing that the sacrifices of his teammates were the key to victory.
Hold on a little longer, guys. Let's put an end to this.
The Saiyan fusion advanced towards Takagami, who, upon seeing Gogeta's arrival, stopped attacking Tenshinhan and Chaos to confront the fused warrior. The intensity of the battle reached a new level, with attacks and counterattacks echoing across the battlefield. Tenshinhan, with his remaining strength, took advantage of that distraction to hold Takagami with all his strength, preventing him from moving freely. His face showed determination and resignation at the same time.
Chaos, this is your chance. Make every second I hold this monster worth it.
Chaos, next to Tenshinhan, nodded weakly. His body showed the ravages of the battle, but his eyes were shining with all the will to do the duty.
Tenshinhan is right, Gogeta. The light will always prevail over the darkness. Remember that. Goku, Vegeta, take care of our world. This is our last act.
At that moment, Chaos accumulated an immense amount of energy to sacrifice himself. Gogeta, who was very close, were hit by the shock wave of the explosion. Gogeta, recovering from the impact, looked at the place where his companions were with solemnly.
Your sacrifice will not be in vain. I promise.
After what happened, Gogeta raised his head and with an uncontrollable anger increased his ki in such a way that he made the battlefield rumble, making the stones that were in the place fly, making Takagami retreat only with the gusts of air that expanded from his being. In a panning from head to toe, we managed to see Gogeta's transformation in Super Saiyan Blue Phase 4, which showed the essence of Ozaru as a kind of aura in blue color, and a more controlled but much more powerful version, a transformation never seen, since they were not able to coordinate their powers to be able to reach said transformation. As Gogeta's energy transformed into a surprising and controlled version of Super Saiyan Blue Stage 4, a brilliant blue essence of Ozaru manifested around him, revealing unparalleled potency. The cosmic landscape trembled before the magnitude of this new form. Goku and Vegeta, witness of this unique transformation, were filled with amazement and determination. It was evident that Gogeta was reaching a level of power never seen before, fusing the essence of Super Saiyan Blue with Ozaru's formidable presence flawlessly. Gogeta, in his new form, turned an intense gaze towards Takagami, whose expression of confidence was overshadowed by surprise. The battle, far from having come to an end, was just beginning in this new phase. The universe was waiting for the outcome of this epic confrontation, where light and darkness collided in a cosmic dance. The promise of a new dawn loomed on the horizon, but the price of triumph was uncertain. Gogeta floated in the sky, surrounded by the imposing energy of his new form. The stars seemed to pale before the intensity of his blue radiance, as Takagami recovered from the initial impact and adopted a defensive posture.
What kind of transformation is this? This is the power of those who fight for something greater than themselves.
With a flash, Gogeta disappeared, appearing in front of Takagami in the blink of an eye. The clash of their fists created shockwaves that shook the battlefield. Gogeta's speed and strength were unmatched, surpassing even Takagami's ability to anticipate his blows. Gogeta and Takagami exchanged blows and energy blasts at breakneck speed. Each impact resounded like cosmic thunder, creating an epic symphony on planet Earth.
Your attempt to revive your so-called gods ends here, Takagami. But you're a bug in the face of the greatness of my power.
In an instant, Gogeta unleashed a burst of concentrated energy, enveloping Takagami in a whirlwind of light and force. When the light dissipated, Takagami emerged unharmed, but with a more serious expression.
Interesting, but not enough.
The battle was reaching cosmic levels, with ripples of energy spreading across the far reaches of the universe. Meanwhile, the other Z warriors watched the sky, appreciating Gogeta's great power of display and Takagami's resilience and viciousness. The roar of battle echoed in every corner of the universe. Gogeta and Takagami, wrapped in an endless dance of energy, continued their titanic confrontation. Space twisted and trembled under the influence of their powers, creating distortions itself. Bursts of energy expanded like lightning, illuminating the darkness of the night sky with dazzling flashes. Each blow between the two contenders seemed to release an explosion of energy that spread in concentric waves, setting the frantic pace of the cosmic battle. Away from the battlefield, the others watched in anguish and admiration. Bulma, with a mixture of fear and hope in her eyes, clung to the hope that Gogeta would prevail.
Come on, Gogeta, you must win! For all of us!
Meanwhile, in the battlefield, Gogeta and Takagami continued their fierce exchange. Determination burned in Gogeta's eyes, while Takagami maintained a defiant smile, though his expression hid a growing unease.
This is for the price you pay for defying the peace of the universe.
With a swift movement, Gogeta vanished and reappeared behind Takagami, launching an energy-charged punch straight at his back. But Takagami, anticipating, quickly spun around and blocked the attack with the dark energy shield.
Haha, is that all you got?
In response, Gogeta intensified his assault, unleashing a continuous flurry of punches and kicks. Each impact resounded like thunder. But Takagami, though outmatched in speed, resisted with his dark power, countering the attacks with deft movements. During the scuttle, Takagami took advantage of the prevalent moment of openness and opened up a launched energy bolt straight for Gogeta's chest. The resulting explosion shook the universe and Gogeta was thrown backwards, leaving a trail of blue energy.
Is that all hope can do?
Gogeta recovered quickly, stood up with determination. The glow of his transformation increased even more.
This is far from over.
The battle continued, leading them again to display an ever-increasing amount of power. In this fury, Gogeta unleashed power that defied the laws of the universe, and Takagami, despite his arrogance, began to show signs of concern. The tension was palpable. The Z-Warriors felt the intensity of the confrontation, even when they were a long distance away from where the battle for the future of the planet was taking place. Piccolo was seriously watching, calculating every move and thinking at some point this battle, which was far from over, would be a favorable outcome. Piccolo, in his thoughts,
Goku, Vegeta, we trust you. You must win this battle.
The battle reached a new climax when Gogeta and Takagami met at an eminent point in the battle. The energy emanated from them, illuminating the vastness of the dark sky, creating a dazzling spectacle of colors and flashes.
You cannot escape darkness. Darkness will never prevail over light. You're a fool if you think your light can eclipse my power.
Suddenly, a voice echoed in Gogeta's mind, a familiar but distant voice.
Gogeta, do not underestimate your enemy. Truth lies within strength.
The transmission abruptly cut off, leaving Gogeta bewildered. Before he could reflect on it, however, Takagami lunged towards him with surprising speed, unleashing a series of punches and kicks that left Gogeta struggling to keep up. At that moment, a fleeting image flashed through Gogeta's mind, a vision of his loved ones, of his purpose, and the responsibility he carried on his shoulders. The energy of the transformation fanned, and Gogeta, with newfound determination, struck back with renewed ferocity.
This is the limit of your tyranny, Takagami. The limit's up to you, Gogeta, and your limit is my power.
Suddenly, the sky around him fragmented, and multiple distorted versions of Takagami emerged from the dimensional rifts, each with a malevolent grin.
You cannot defeat me, Gogeta. I am eternal. I'm a god. You may be powerful, but I'm not alone in this.
The battle reached a new intensity as multiple distorted incarnations of Takagami surrounded Gogeta. Each emanated a dark energy that defied the laws of the universe. The air itself seemed to vibrate with the pressure of their combined presences. At that precise moment, Goku and Vegeta's fusion had come to an end due to the amount of power they had used in order to stand up to Takagami. Goku and Vegeta, although they had returned to their individual forms after the fusion, knew that the key by defeating Takagami lay in perfect unity and coordination.
Vegeta, we're in this together. Let's give all our power to be able to confront him so we can free Yamcha from this so-called god.
Yes, Kakarot, this insect will not defeat us.
The Z-Warriors watched in amazement, aware that the fate of the universe hung in the balance. Piccolo analyzed the situation, looking for any weaknesses that could be exploited. The others prepared to act if the opportunity presented itself. Goku and Vegeta, now separated, their fusion as Gogeta, faced Takagami with determination in their eyes. The dark presence of the supposed god loomed over them, but the Saiyans were determined to free Yamcha and put an end to the threat he posed.
Vegeta, we need to coordinate our attacks. We've always been stronger when we fight together.
For once, I agree with you, Kakarot. This insect will pay for what he did.
The two Saiyans lunged towards Takagami, attacking with a combination of punches and ki blasts. Takagami, though powerful, was momentarily overwhelmed by the timing of the two warriors. However, his sinister laugh echoed across the battlefield.
Your union will change nothing. My power is unlimited.
Goku and Vegeta exchanged glances, realizing that the situation was more serious than they had imagined. Takagami unleashed a wave of dark energy that sent them flying, but they quickly recovered, ready to continue the fight. The Z Warriors watched with concern. Gohan, though a bit intimidated by Takagami's power, maintained his unwavering determination. Piccolo, with his keen intelligence, pointed out a possible weakness.
It seems his power is linked to some source. We must find a way to break that connection.
Goten and Trunks, who had arrived along with Gohan, eager to join the battle, looked at their parents with concern. However, Piccolo stopped them.
Guys, we need a plan before we launch into battle. Your strength will be crucial at the right time.
While the Z Warriors thought of a plan, Goku and Vegeta continued their fierce assault against Takagami. Every time it seemed they were about to defeat him, his power increased and the evil emanating from him intensified.
Ha 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 ha! Your resistance is useless. My power thrives on despair and suffering.
Then we must find a way to change that. Vegeta, we need to attack together, but with a strategy.
You're finally thinking clearly, Kakarot. Let's do it!
The two Saiyans, coordinating their movements, executed a series of synchronized attacks. Although Takagami was defending himself skillfully, he began to show signs of discomfort. The connection between his power and the external source seemed to be faltering. At that instant, Piccolo noticed the opportunity.
Now is the time. Gohan, wait for the opening we'll give you so you can attack. Goten, Trunks, follow me on my signal.
Gohan nodded, conveying a look of confidence to his friends. Goten and Trunks prepared to act on Piccolo's directions.
Everyone, let's send our energies to Goku and Vegeta. We must strengthen their connection and weaken Takagami's source of power.
The Z Warriors gathered their energies and, with a coordinated effort, sent a stream of ki skyward. Goku and Vegeta, sensing the surge of power, seized the opportunity.
They're doing it! Come on, Vegeta!
The connection between Goku, Vegeta, and the Z Warriors created a unique synergy. Energy flowed through them, strengthening their resolve and weakening Takagami's external source of power.
This can't be happening!
The darkness surrounding Takagami began to dissipate, due to the large amount of energy they were receiving from their friends. Piccolo, Gohan, Goten, and Trunks, observing the battle, noticed the opportunity to intervene.
Now, guys, let's go!
Goten and Trunks took flight into the sky where Goku and Vegeta were, joining the fight against Takagami. With the energy of the Z Warriors strengthening the connection between Goku and Vegeta, the real battle was about to begin. The fusion of powers of the Saiyans between father and son created an explosion of energy that enveloped Takagami. The fight intensified, but now, with hope and determination as their allies, Goku, Vegeta, Goten, and Trunks were ready to face the Dark God and free the universe from his evil domain. The burst of energy that enveloped Takagami reverberated throughout the universe. The fusion of the powers of Goku, Vegeta, and his sons created a symphony of forces, illuminating the sky with a brilliant radiance that defied the darkness Takagami had tried to impose. Takagami, enveloped in the luminescence of the combined energy, struggled to maintain his composure. The connection between his power and the source of his power, Yamcha, was weakening with every second, and his sinister laugh began to turn into growls of frustration.
We're making progress, Vegeta!
Yes, but let's not let our guard down. It's not over.
As the Saiyans continued their coordinated offensive, Goten and Trunks and their Super Saiyan forms joined the battle. The pressure on Takagami intensified, as he now faced not only the two adult Saiyans, but also that of his sons. The coordination between them was impressive, and every move was backed by the combined strength of the Z Warriors.
Dad! Vegeta! We're here to help! Let's show this guy that the Saiyan family is unstoppable!
The trio of Saiyans, with their different levels of expertise and abilities, formed a united front against Takagami. The battle was getting more and more intense, with bursts of energy and flurries of attacks lighting up space like a celestial spectacle. Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, and the others channeled their energies to strengthen the connection between the Saiyans and, at the same time, searched for weaknesses in Takagami's defense.
We must keep the pressure on and look for any opportunity to unbalance Takagami.
Dad, Vegeta, Goten, Trunks, we all trust you. Let's defeat this enemy together.
In space, the synergy between the Saiyans reached its peak. Goku and Vegeta, with the energy of their sons and the Z Warriors, fused their attacks in an amazing display of power. Takagami, despite his resistance, began to give ground.
This is not possible! I'm a god! I cannot be defeated!
The connection between his power and the external source was on the verge of collapse. The Saiyans, sensing Takagami's weakness, redoubled their efforts. Goten, Trunks, guided by Piccolo's strategy, attacked from unexpected angles, while Goku and Vegeta continued their frontal assault. Piccolo noticed a key opportunity.
Now, Gohan, it's your time!
Gohan, in his final form ready to take advantage of the opportunity, concentrated his energy and launched himself into the confrontation. With surprising speed, he joined the fight alongside Goku, Vegeta, Goten, and Trunks.
Let's finish this, Dad!
The symphony of energy between the Z Warriors and the Saiyans reached its climax. Takagami, beset on all sides, struggled to stand, and the skies erupted in an explosion of light and darkness as the heroes joined forces to confront the Dark God. The battle reached its climax, and every move decided the fate of the universe. The Z Warriors from Earth watched with eagerness and hope, knowing that victory was within reach, but also aware that the final fight was yet to come. With the Saiyans and the Z Warriors facing Takagami in a cosmic confrontation. However, amidst the chaos of battle, a small distraction allowed Takagami to strike back with furiosity. Goten and Trunks, focused on following Piccolo's strategy, attacked from different angles. However, in a moment of minimal distraction, Takagami seized the opportunity and launched a surprise counterattack. With quick and precise movements, the Dark God managed to evade Goten and Trunks' attacks, countering them with punches and energy blasts.
Ha ha ha! Your efforts are useless, children! I'm the all-consuming darkness!
Goten and Trunks, though agile and powerful, found themselves in a precarious situation. Takagami, with his speed and cunning, left the young Saiyans struggling to keep up.
We have to protect them!
Takagami's concentration of power is increasing. We need to regroup and find a strategy to counter his moves.
Meanwhile, in the sky, Goten and Trunks, despite the setbacks, continued to fight bravely. They tried to coordinate their attacks, but Takagami's speed and cunning proved to be a formidable challenge.
Trunks, we have to stay focused!
I know, but this guy's stronger than I imagined! In an unexpected twist, Takagami launched a blast of dark energy that hit Goten and Trunks, leaving them badly injured. Both Saiyans fell backwards with obvious signs of exhaustion and pain.
Goten! Trunks!
This damned Dark God!
The adult Saiyans intensified their assault, determined to avenge their momentary fall of their sons. Takagami, however, taking advantage of the confusion and despair that gripped the Z Warriors, rejoiced in his newly strengthened power.
This is how the heroes of the universe give up. They may fight, but in the end, darkness will always prevail.
The result was becoming even more tense. The Z Warriors, though determined, were facing the reality that their fight was far from over. Goten and Trunks, wounded but not defeated, were struggling to recover and rejoin the battle.
We need a new approach. Takagami's strength increases with each passing moment.
We'll protect Goten and Trunks. We'll not let the darkness prevail.
The battle, now more critical than ever, was plunging into a desperate confrontation where the survival of the universe hung in the balance. Gohan, observing the critical situation of his brother Goten and Trunks, could not contain the fury that burned within him. A flash of anger crossed his eyes, and his energy rose to levels that would leave even the most experienced Saiyans dumbfounded. He lunged towards Takagami with shocking speed, ignoring any concern for his own safety.
With this price, you'll pay for hurting my family!
His speed and furiosity impressed everyone on the battlefield. Every blow he delivered carried with it a pent-up rage of a protective brother. Takagami, though initially surprised, adapted to the intensity of Gohan's attacks.
Do you think your anger can stop me?
I'm going to protect my family and the entire universe from your darkness! The battle between Gohan and Takagami unleashed an energy storm in space. Goku and Vegeta watched in awe and fear as the conflict reached levels that defied comprehension. Despite their determination, they realized they were facing a power beyond anything they had faced before. This kid, his power is amazing!
We can't let Gohan fight alone. We must support him.
As Gohan continued his relentless assault, Takagami showed a significant improvement in his defensive ability. Every blow was met with inhuman prowess. The battle reached a point where the universe itself seemed to be on the verge of collapse. The epic confrontation between Gohan and Takagami pushed the Saiyan warrior to the limit of his abilities. Despite Gohan's bravery and skill, the Dark God, with unmatched cunning and speed, found an opening in his defense. With a graceful twist, Takagami unleashed a ripping attack, a blast of dark energy that sliced through the air with a malevolent precision. Gohan, surprised by the speed and ferocity of the attack, barely had time to react. The energy wave hit Gohan full on, enveloping him in an explosion of light and darkness. The force of the impact threw Goku's eldest son backwards, causing him to stagger, desperately struggling to stay on his feet. The dark energy left its mark on Gohan's body, marking him with deep, tearing wounds. Ah! This can't be so strong! Takagami, with a sinister smile, hovered in the air, observing the result of his devastating attack. The black energy around him seemed to vibrate with satisfaction as Gohan tried to recover.
This is the power you praise so much. You're no match for me, Gohan.
Goku and Vegeta, witnessing the scene from a distance, gritted their teeth helplessly. The situation was becoming more critical with each passing moment. Goten and Trunks, still injured but recovering, were prepared to rejoin the fight.
Gohan! This damned, we can't let this continue.
Goten and Trunks, sensing the urgency of the situation, approached Gohan to help him. Despite his own injuries, determination shone in his eyes. Brother, are you alright? Yes, but we need a new approach. We're not going to let this guy get away with this. Meanwhile, Piccolo and the other Z Warriors were also assessing the situation, looking for any opportunity to change the course of the battle. The pressure on them was mounting, and the need to find an effective strategy was becoming more apparent.
We have to work together. Gohan, can you keep fighting?
Gohan nodded, ignoring the pain coursing through his body. His determination had not dulled, on the contrary. Takagami's imminent threat stoked it. I can't give up, but we need a strategy, something that could surprise him.
Surprise him, you say?
As the Z Warriors immersed themselves in strategy to counter Takagami, a small distraction took over the battlefield. Goten and Trunks, aware of the need of a different approach, exchanged determined glances. Without saying a word, they assumed the familiar fusion dance stance. The other warriors, immersed in their tactics, barely noticed the sudden disappearance of Goten and Trunks as they performed the fusion. The energy around them condensed into a brilliant flash that revealed Gotenks, Super Saiyan, the powerful fusion of the two young Saiyans. Ready to give this guy a surprise! With impressive speed, Gotenks launched himself towards Takagami, who was momentarily startled by the new presence on the battlefield. Gotenks, with his characteristic air of self-sufficiency, began to unleash a series of swift and agile attacks, challenging the Dark God with renewed energy. Here I come! Takagami, however, far from being intimidated, smiled sinisterly. With a casual gesture, he deflected Gotenks' attacks as if toying with him.
Is that all you've got, you little fused insect?
Gotenks persisted, intensifying his attacks, trying to find an opening in Takagami's defense. However, the Dark God, with a graceful move, countered each blow with ease. Come on! It can't be! In the moment of distraction, Takagami took advantage of the situation. With impressive speed, he launched a blast of dark energy that enveloped Gotenks before he could react. The resulting explosion threw Gotenks backwards, knocking him to the ground unconscious and disfigured. Gotenks!
This is worse than we thought.
Takagami, now more confident of his superiority, hovered in the air, glaring at the defeated warriors. Goten and Trunks, still unconscious, lay on the ground as Takagami revealed in his moment of victory.
Ha 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 ha! Is this all you offer, Z Warriors? Your desperation only increases my power.
With the outlook darkened by Gotenks' momentary defeat, attention turned to Gohan, who, badly wounded but driven by an inner strength, began to radiate intense energy. The pain in his body seemed to fuel his determination, and a wild golden glow enveloped as his ki reached never-before-seen levels. In the blink of an eye, Gohan transformed into Super Saiyan Phase 3, a form of awesome power that surprised even Takagami. Gohan's hair grew out of control, his muscles swelled, and his expression reflected a mixture of pain and fierce determination.
What is this? A new trick?
Gohan, with a wild roar, launched himself towards Takagami with shocking speed. The force of his blows and the intensity of his attacks shook the battlefield, creating a storm of energy around him. The conflict between light and darkness took on a new dimension as Gohan challenged the limits of his own power.
You're going to pay for what you've done!
The confrontation between Gohan in his Super Saiyan Phase 3 form and Takagami marked a drastic change in the intensity of the battle. The skies, previously serene, witness of the confrontation, darkened with the energy unleashed by both combatants. And each blow resounded like thunder in the vast and silent cosmic space, defying the tranquility of the stars watching from a distance. The explosions of energy briefly illuminated the darkness, creating a chaotic and majestic spectacle at the same time. The flashes of light and shadow intertwined in a frantic dance that reflected the ferocity of the combat. The shockwaves spread out in the distance, distorting space itself and recalling the magnitude of the power unleashed on that battlefield. Each movement was a ballet of strength and dexterity, with Gohan and Takagami challenging each other in a battle that transcended the physical, entering the realms of the mystical and the epic. Their cries of determination were lost amid the din of battle, but their spirits echoed in every exchange of blows, making it clear that this confrontation was not just for dominance or survival, but for the legacy of their lineages and the protection of their worlds. Gohan, his eyes shining with an indomitable determination, channeled all his power in every movement, leaving a trail of energy that shimmered with a force that defied the limits of the unimaginable. His taut muscles, his golden aura glowing with intensity, made him an unstoppable force that sought justice and protection for all those he loved and defended. "You will not escape my justice, Takagami! My determination's like an unbreakable torrent that'll sweep away any darkness you try to sow. Every blow I throw carries with it the strength of all those I protect and defend. I'll not rest until the truth shines on every shadow you've woven with your deceptions. Get ready to face the justice I bring!" Gohan roared with fiery fury, his voice echoing across the battlefield like an echo of the very protective will drive him. Every blow he threw carried with it the emotional burden of years of struggle and sacrifice, the determination of a hero willing to do anything for the well-being of his world and his loved ones. On the other hand, Takagami, with his characteristic agility and calculated cunning, dodged Gohan's attacks with fluid and precise movements. His cold and calculating gaze contrasted with the ferocity of the Saiyan, unveiling an enemy who did not underestimate the threat he faced.
Interesting. I see that the power of the Saiyan pride still burns deep in your being, Gohan, but let me tell you this. However intense it may be, will not be enough to defy the chains of your inevitable fate.
Between each exchange of blows and dodges, the battlefield turned into an epic scenario where two titans collided, not only with their bodies, but with their convictions and purposes. The fate of both was intertwined in a deadly dance where determination, skill, and strength merged in a conflict that transcended the physical and went deep into their warrior souls. The clash of energies was so intense that the Z warriors felt the pressure and overwhelming weight of the unfolding confrontation. The magnitude of the conflict resonated in every corner of the known universe, like an echo of power that transcended planetary barriers and penetrated the very heart of those who were fighting for survival and justice. The fluctuations in ki were palpable, even to those watching from a distance, like a symphony of opposing forces colliding in a chaotic but harmonious dance. Every member of the Z Warriors could feel the electricity in the air, the tension that preceded every strategic move and every heartbreaking blow. The earth trembled under the influence of the unleashed energy, as if the world itself was responding to the duel of titans being waged on its surface. The skies darkened even more, as if the universe itself was holding its breath at the magnificence and terror of that epic contest. In those moments of crisis, the Z Warriors' determination grew even stronger, fueled by the urgency to protect what they loved and to face any adversity with courage and conviction. It was a reminder that during chaos and destruction, the human spirit could shine with an unshakable light. Piccolo, with his strategic mind sharper as a razor, watched every move with meticulous attention. Every gesture, every spark of unleashed energy carried with it the promise of a decisive change during the battle. His intense and serene gaze concealed a precise calculation as he searched for the perfect opportunity to intervene in support of his disciple. Piccolo, with his gaze lost on the horizon as he pondered the situation deeply, added in a calm but determined voice,
Gohan is channeling an incredible power right now. If we manage to amplify their energy and coordinate a joint attack, we could tip the scales in our favor and find the opportunity we need to change the course of this battle.
His mind worked like a meticulous clock, evaluating possibilities and strategies during the chaos that was unleashed in front of him. Meanwhile, at the epicenter of the conflict, Gohan and Tagami continued their titanic duel, each determined to impose their will and determination on the other. Gohan's transformation into Super Saiyan Stage 3 not only gave him enormous strength, but also imposed a demanding tribute in terms of energy and physical endurance. Gohan, his breathing agitated by the effort and intensity of the moment, expressed with determination in his voice between short breaths, "His power! It's overwhelming, but I must stand firm. I can't fail!" Every word resonated with an unwavering commitment as he prepared to face the ordeal ahead of her, his aura glowing with a mixture of exhaustion and relentless resolve. His spirit stood like a burning flame during the storm, braving adversities with a determination that sprang from the core of his being. On the other hand, Takagami, with his arrogant smile and calculated movements, responded to every attack of Gohan with an inordinate confidence in his own dexterity and power. Takagami, with a voice imbued with superiority and a tone that denoted his absolute confidence in his words, defiantly replied,
Admiral, but naive. Your determination's remarkable, Gohan, but you must understand that no force in this universe can change your destiny.
His voice resonated with an assurance that seemed to defy all opposition, marking a gap between confidence in his power and Gohan's will. His self-assurance was impenetrable as the toughest steel, a psychological barrier that defied even the storms of energy roaring around him. The confrontation was coming to a head as the Z Warriors, with a mixture of worry and palpable hope in their hearts, prepared to intervene at the precise moment that could change the course of the battle. Vegeta, with his intense and analytical gaze, watched every flash of power unleashed by Gohan with a mixture of admiration and concern in his eyes. Vegeta, with his analytical and sharp mind, was muttering to himself in a barely audible tone due to the palpable tension in the air.
Gohan's unleashing an incredible power.
His words were a whisper, charged with respect and concern, acknowledging the magnitude of the power that Gohan was unleashing at that critical moment.
But he must maintain control if he wants to survive this,
he added with a seriousness that reflected his experience in past battles and his understanding of the dangers of losing control over so much unleashed energy. Goku, the legendary warrior who knows the limits and beyond, nodded solemnly at Vegeta's words. Goku, with a calmness that radiated experience and wisdom, recognized with respect in his voice, "We know what it's like to fight at the limit, but Gohan's showing exceptional courage that inspires us all." His words resonated with the depth of one who has faced countless challenges, understanding the nature of struggle and the sacrifice it entails. With admiration palpable in his tone, recognizing the courage and determination of his son during adversity, his voice, serene but full of respect, reflected the confidence in Gohan's potential to overcome any obstacle. Meanwhile, the energy flowing through Gohan was reaching its peak, manifesting itself in an impressive visual spectacle. Its golden aura radiated an intense light that illuminated the surrounding space, making even the distant stars seem to pale in comparison. Gohan, with a roar full of determination that echoed throughout the battlefield, exclaimed with fervor, addressed to his father and Vegeta, "Father! Vegeta! All of you! This power is to protect you all!" His voice carried with an emotional charge of his commitment to the protection of his loved ones, a promise that manifested itself in every flash of his glowing aura, and in every blow aimed at the darkness that threatened his world. His voice, echoing like an echo of hope amid the chaos of battle, his energy, instead of just being destructive, became a beacon of hope for his allies, instilling strength and determination in their hearts. The buildup of energy finally reached its peak when Gohan unleashed a combined attack so powerful that it seemed to tear the very fabric of space. The surprise on Takagami's face was palpable, reflecting the magnitude of the force unleashed by the young Saiyan.
Impossible! I can't believe the magnitude of your strength, Gohan! You've unweakened a power that defies all my expectations and strategies so far. But you haven't witnessed everything I can do yet. My abilities are not limited to what you've witnessed so far. And I still have cards to play in this game. Get ready to find out that I'm not as easy an opponent to defeat. The true essence of my power is about to be revealed, and I assure you that it'll surprise you. The battle's only just begun, young Saiyan.
The resulting explosion temporarily blinded everyone present, enveloping the battlefield in a dazzling light that eclipsed even the brightest stars in the firmament. As the luminescence slowly faded away, it revealed an impressive but also disturbing scene. Gohan, still in his Super Saiyan Stage 3 form, was still standing, his figure slender but visibly exhausted at the limit of his strength. "Was that enough?" He was panting between short breaths, his eyes reflecting a determination that defied the fatigue that overwhelmed him. But Takagami emerged from the rubble with a defiant smile on his face, was making it clear that the battle was far from over.
You're barely scratching the surface, Gohan. Your power is awesome, but you can't beat the darkness that is hanging over you. Your determination's commendable, but the real battle is beyond what you can imagine. My shadows are deeper, and my power is vaster than you think. Get ready to face the true essence of the dark power.
Gohan's energy was fluctuating, a clear sign that his transformation was reaching its limit. The Z Warriors watched with anxiety and determination as the battle reached a critical point. Victory seemed elusive, but their fighting spirit remained unwavering in the darkness that threatened to devour them all. "No! I can't give up! This power! It's to protect everyone! To my family! To the Earth!" Each word came out between agitated breaths, but charged with an unwavering determination, revealing the deep sense of responsibility and love that drove their struggle. His voice, though weakened by the effort, resounded with a firmness that defined the adversities he faced.
Oh, what a pathetic nobility! Do you think you can fight my darkness with simple desires for protection? Your strength is impressive, but your naivety condemns you. Don't you understand that in this world, nobility and desires for protection are as fragile as glass in front of the tide? No matter how much power you possess, the darkness will always find a crack through which to infiltrate and corrupt everything you value. It's only a matter of time before you realize the futility of your efforts, Gohan.
Gohan, his aura flickering, braced himself for another assault, feeling every fiber of his being burning with determination. However, the accumulated fatigue and the marked wounds on his skin were beginning to take their toll, weighing like chains on his struggle. Every move was a battle against exhaustion and pain, a test of endurance that tested his courage and perseverance. The vision of Takagami, his implacable enemy, distorted slightly before his fatigued eyes, reflecting not only the tumult of the physical battle, but also the dark and twisted connection Takagami maintained with the source of power that fed him. This connection, like a cursed bond, gave Takagami a ruthless strength, but also dragged him into the maelstrom of corruption and out of control. During the fray, Gohan found himself facing not only a formidable opponent, but but also the shadow of an evil influence that threatened to consume everything. Every blow thrown and blocked resonated with the intensity of an epic battle between light and darkness, between the determination of a hero and the seduction of a dark and forbidden power. Despite the adversities and uncertainty that surrounded him, Gohan clung to hope like the beacon in a storm, remembering the bonds of friendship and love that drove him to move forward. Every beat of his heart resonated with the will to protect what he valued most in the world, facing the challenge with courage and sacrifice, knowing that true strength lay in his indomitable spirit and in his determination to never give up in the face of the darkness that threatened his world and soul.
Gohan, don't wear yourself out too much. Stay focused and in control. Remember, that true strength lies not only in raw power, but in the ability to stay calm and think strategically amid chaos. Do not underestimate your opponent, and do not get carried away by blind rage. That determination must be backed by intelligence and control. Make every hit count, and don't get distracted from your goal.
His words, full of advice and warnings, sought to remind Gohan of the importance of the mind in battle, in addition to physical strength.
The Super Saiyan Phase 3 form consumes a lot of energy. Gohan needs to find a balance between his power and his stamina. He must learn to control the flow of his ki to maintain his strength without exhausting himself quickly. The key is efficiency. Every movement must be precisely calculated and executed to maximize the impact without wasting energy. It's a challenge to master this state, but if Gohan manages to find that harmony, his potential will be truly formidable.
His words, full of experience and knowledge, sought to guide Gohan towards a better understanding of how to use his power without compromising his endurance in battle. As Gohan and Tagami continued their confrontation, Goku's eyes, a symbol of hope for everyone, shone with determination during the intense strife. His strategic mind was working at full speed, analyzing every move of his son and enemies to find the perfect crack in Takagami's defense. Every glimmer in his gaze reflects years of training, epic battles, and an unwavering desire to protect those he loved. In the distance, Vegeta stood in a fighting position, his Saiyan pride burning like an unstoppable flame. His defiant aura and combat experience combined into a formidable force, ready to unleash his power at the precise moment. Piccolo, with his calculated serenity, was watching the battle with sharp eyes, ready to strategically intervene and balance the scales in favor of his comrades. Meanwhile, Goten and Trunks, the young warriors, were in the middle of the recovery process after the intense confrontation against Takagami. Despite their damage received, his determination did not waver. Both focused on channeling their ki with precision, taking advantage of every breath to restore their energies and strengthen their bodies. Goten, with his indomitable spirit and his face marked with determination, closed his eyes with concentration as he felt the flow of vital energy revitalize his fatigued muscles. "We have to be ready to return to the battle at any moment," he thought to himself, remembering the responsibility he shared with his friend Trunks to protect his family and his home. On the other hand, Trunks, with his mind focused and his ki shining with renewed intensity, was striving to reach an optimal state of recovery. "We can't afford to let our guard down," he reflected, aware of the challenges they still faced and the need to be prepared to face any adversity that stood in their way. Both young warriors knew that the battle was not over yet. With determination in their hearts and their ki channeling with precision, they were preparing for the next chapter in their fight for the protection of their world. "Gohan's giving his best. His strength and determination are impressive, but we need to find an opening to channel more energy towards him and empower his power to the fullest. We must all join forces and find a way to support him in this crucial battle. Our connection as a family and as a team is our greatest strength. Let's make every hit and every effort count to protect our home and those we love." His words, full of determination and hope, reflected his confidence in the team's ability to overcome any challenge when working together.
Your resistance is admirable, but useless. My power is absolute. No matter how much they fight, they won't be able to stop me. My strength is unshakable, and my determination relentless. There is no escape from my dominion. It's time for you to give up and accept your fate under my control.
Every word was loaded with arrogance and certainty, as Tagami continued to unleash his dark power with ruthless ferocity. Gohan, with a superhuman effort, managed to deflect Takagami's attacks and counterattacked with a burst of brilliant energy. The collision of powers created a shockwave that shook the nearby atmosphere.
I will not allow you to destroy what I love! My bonds and my strength are greater than any darkness you could throw! I'm ready to face any challenge and overcome any obstacle to ensure a secure future for everyone! There will be no place for destruction in my world!
Your emotions make you weak, Gohan. The real strength lies in the darkness. Your love and your bonds are chains that prevent you from reaching your true potential. Don't you see that the darkness offers unlimited and unrestricted power? Abandon your illusions of grandeur, young Saiyan. Face the truth that only darkness can bring you true strength and absolute dominion over the world.
Every word was imbued with an icy arrogance and a fanatical belief in the corrupting power of darkness. Takagami sought to sow doubts and weakness in Gohan's mind, challenging his conception of strength and courage. The struggle became more intense with each pressing moment. Gohan, despite showing obvious exhaustion with every short breath, remained firm and undetermined, refusing to back down from the challenge Takagami posed. His eyes reflected an unwavering determination as he faced the malevolent machinations of his enemy. However, Takagami's evil cunning was revealed in all its magnitude when he began to manipulate the environment around him with dark mastery. The dark creatures had summoned with his sinister magic were already at the edge of the surface, ready to emerge and join the battle with uncontrollable ferocity. The air was charged with an ominous presence as the shadows of those creatures danced unexpectedly, eager to join the conflict and show their destructive power. Faced with the imminent threat, the Z Warriors did not hesitate to prepare to face these creatures that represented an unknown but tangible danger. Vegito, with his characteristic defiant tone, exclaimed as he adjusted his combat posture, "I'll not allow those abominations to ruin our path to victory. It's time to show them the true power of a Saiyan." Piccolo, the group's calm strategist, quickly assessed the situation and proposed a plan of action.
We're facing a cunning enemy who uses manipulation as a weapon. We must act with coordination and precision. Gohan, you now take care of containing the creatures. Vegeta, Goku, keep the pressure on Takagami and don't let him breathe easy.
Goku, with a determined smile on his face, nodded energetically.
We have it, Piccolo! I'm confident that together we can overcome any challenge that comes our way! We're going to give our best!
Goten and Trunks, the young warriors, who were always looking to prove their bravery, exchanged a look of complacency before joining the plan.
Yes! Let's show these monsters what it means to be a real team!
Determination shone in the eyes of each Z warrior as they prepared for the upcoming showdown, their hearts resonating with the memory of Ten Shinhan and Chaos's courageous sacrifice. Those moments of heroism and camaraderie resonated like an echo in their souls, reminding them of the price they sometimes had to pay to protect the world they loved. Goku, with a silent bow to his fallen friends, took a moment to remember his valuable lessons of courage and determination.
Our friend showed us that even in the darkest moments, we can find the strength to face any challenge. His sacrifice will not be in vain as long as we keep fighting and keep the flame of hope alive in our hearts. Every blow we take, every obstacle we face is proof of our determination and our commitment to a better future. We'll not let his sacrifice be forgotten. Let's keep fighting with all our heart and spirit.
Vegeta, with an intense gaze fixed on the horizon, added solemnly,
Every battle teaches us something new. We must honor his memory by overcoming our limits, protecting this world, not only for ourselves, but for those who are no longer there.
Piccolo, the serene strategist, reflected on the importance of learning from each experience.
Every battle, every loss, strengthens us and teaches us to be better warriors. Let's move forward with determination and wisdom.
Goten and Trunks, the young warriors, full of energy and competitive spirit, exchanged a look of respect towards the heroes of the past.
We're going to make their bravery and sacrifice worthwhile. We'll fight with everything we have.
The memory of Ten Shinhan and Chaos became a flame that fanned the determination and fighting spirit of the Z Warriors. With their hearts united in a common purpose, they prepared to face the next challenge with the strength of those who came before them, ready to write the next chapter in the history of defending the Earth against the forces of evil. The battle reached unprecedented levels of intensity, with every move unleashing a wave of energy that shook the battlefield. Gohan, with his indomitable spirit, led the charge against the emerging shadows, channeling his ki into powerful explosions that dispelled the creatures one after another. Every flash of light harbored the determination to protect their loved ones and their home from the darkness that threatened to consume them.
Mr. Piccolo, behind you! Watch your back! The enemy's trying to surprise us with sneak attacks! We can't afford to let our guard down for 1 second in this battle! Our togetherness is our greatest strength, and together we'll overcome any challenge that comes our way! I trust in your strategic wisdom, Mr. Piccolo, but I'm also here to support you in every move! Let's move forward with determination and protect what we value with all our might!
Piccolo responded quickly, deflecting the attack with an energy shield.
Thank you, Gohan. Your quick alertness and attention to detail are crucial in this battle. Our coordination and communication are what will keep us one step ahead in the face of our enemies. Let's keep working together. Every move counts in this matchup.
By his side, Piccolo displayed his tactical ingenuity with mastery, drawing lines of defense and counterattack with pinpoint accuracy. His strategies were like chess moves on the battlefield, anticipating the enemy's moves and coordinating attacks to maximize the impact. Between them, an almost perfect synchronicity is woven, where Gohan's brute force found balance at Piccolo's strategic cunning.
Vegeta, get ready for our combined attack! We can't hold any back anymore! It's time to deploy all our power and show them what we're capable of! Together, we're unstoppable, Vegeta! Let's prove once again why we're the most powerful Z warriors in the universe! Let's go!
You don't need to tell me, Kakaroto. I'm always ready for the combat. Our combined power will overcome any obstacle that stands in our way. Get ready to witness the true strength of the Saiyan race. Let's go!
Every clash of powers, every rumble of explosions resounded like a chant of resistance, bravery during chaos. The bonds of camaraderie and trust between the Z warriors were strengthened by adversity, reminding them that together they were more than the sum of their individual abilities. In this ballet of strength and strategy, where each movement had the weight of survival and the hope of a future in which light would prevail over shadows. Vegeta and Goku, in their eternal friendly rivalry forged in countless battles, coordinated their attacks with an almost telepathic synchronization. Like two warriors who share a unique and deep bond, their fiery determination was reflected in every move, every punch, and every burst of energy they threw at their formidable opponent, Tagami.
Goku, it's time to unite our powers to take down this guy once and for all. We'll not allow it to continue sowing chaos and destruction. Our combined strength will be their undoing. Take this, Takagami! This is the end that awaits you for challenging the Z Warriors.
I'm with you, Vegeta! There's no turning back now! Together, we'll put an end to this threat once and for all! Let's get him!
The latter, a formidable adversary in his own right, was forced to quickly divert his attention between dodging the quick and precise strikes of the Saiyans and dealing with the strategic cunning of Gohan and the tactical prowess of Piccolo.
Don't underestimate my powers, Saiyans. My abilities go beyond what you can imagine. Your determination's admirable, but it won't be enough to stop me. Get ready to know the true darkness that resides in this universe.
The frantic dance of attacks and defenses between the protagonists became a ballet of opposing forces, where speed and power merged into an unparalleled combat choreography. Each shock of energy unleashed explosions of ki that lit up the sky like shooting stars on a stormy night, painting the firmament with flashes of power and determination. The battlefield was transformed into an epic scenario where the fates of the combatants were intertwined in a cosmic drama of legendary proportions.
Gohan, now's your time to shine. Use this opportunity to show your true power and determination. We're all counting on you to turn the tide of this battle. Don't hold back. Give your best and make every hit count. The fate of everyone depends on your courage and strength in this crucial moment.
Come on, Dad! Mr. Piccolo! We won't stop until we beat you!
Our determination's stronger than ever, and together, we're unstoppable. This is our moment to show that together, we can overcome any obstacle. Let's trust in our bonds and fight with everything we have. Meanwhile, Gohan's relentless determination and Piccolo's tactical wisdom added layers of complexity to the conflict, consistently challenging Takagami's strategies and moves. The intensity of the confrontation reached its peak, and with each hero and villain deploying their maximum potential in search of victory. Amid the chaos of battle, friendship and honor and inner strength shone as beacons of hope in a universe fraught with unfathomable challenges and dangers. Goten and Trunks, following the meticulous plan laid out by Piccolo to the latter, demonstrated a perfect synchronization that bordered on the supernatural. As young Saiyan warriors, their connection was more than a simple strategic alliance. It was the manifestation of a deep and lasting friendship, forged in countless shared trainings and battles. Every movement, every gesture, flowed between them in an innate harmony that only the strongest bonds could sustain.
Goten, your task is to maintain the defensive perimeter. Don't let anything surprise us from behind. Trunks, look for any opportunity to counterattack. We need to take advantage of every gap in their defense to turn the tide in this battle.
Understood, Mr. Piccolo. I'll be attentive and make sure that nothing takes us by surprise. Following Piccolo's instructions, Goten unleashed bursts of energy with the dexterity and speed typical of the Saiyan lineage. Come on, Trunks, let's keep the pressure on. Let's not give up and take every opportunity to move forward. His attacks were precise and forceful, outlining a defensive perimeter around the group with an intensity that left his opponents breathless. Meanwhile, Trunks, a skilled wielder of the energy sword, executed precise and elegant cuts that perfectly complemented Goten's strategic defense. Don't let any of them through, Goten. Keep our fronts safe while we look for weaknesses in their formation. Let's keep pushing. Each movement drew lines of glowing energy in the air, creating a dynamic and effective wall of protection that neutralized any threat that dared to get too close to their companions. The combination of Goten and Trunks' skills not only demonstrated their individual mastery, but also their ability to work in a team in a fluid and coordinated way. Their actions were not only the result of practice and training, but also of a deep mutual understanding that allowed them to anticipate each other's movements with pinpoint accuracy. On the battlefield, the symbiosis was their greatest strength, making them an unstoppable force that courageously and determinedly defended those considered their family and home. The battle that was being fought was a whirlwind of energy and strategy, where every move had a deep meaning, and every decision impacted on the future of the contest. Goten and Trunks, the young Saiyan warriors, showed amazing coordination as they threw themselves into combat with a mixture of bravery and dexterity. His movements were like a martial dance, fluid and precise, designed to unbalance the dark creatures summoned by Takagami. Trunks, to your right! Understood. The voices of the young people echoed among the booms of explosions and the clash of powers. Each exchange of blows was a symphony of ki, a manifestation of the determination not to give ground in the face of the darkness that threatened to engulf them. Meanwhile, Gohan, with his indomitable spirit, deployed his ki in explosions of controlled energy, creating glowing spheres that exploded with force on impact against the shadows that rushed over them. We can't give up! Our world depends on this! Every strike, every strategy, everything counts in this crucial battle! Let's keep fighting until the end! His voice resonated with conviction, injecting courage into his companions. Piccolo, the calm but ruthless strategist, extended his arms with authority, generating defensive barriers that protected the group from surprise attacks. His eyes observed the battlefield with a calculated calm, evaluating every movement of the enemy to find the precise moment to counterattack.
Keep the pressure constant. We cannot allow them to make up ground. Every breakthrough we make is crucial to maintaining our advantage. Keep attacking relentlessly.
The sound of energy crashes and explosions was deafening, but during the chaos, the group's determination and unity shone like beacons of hope in the darkest night. Each of the Z warriors knew that they were not only fighting for their lives, but for the future of their home and the generations to come. Every attack, every block was another step towards victory or defeat, and they were not willing to give in to adversity. Amid the furious fray, every strategic move and every technique deployed by the Z warriors reflected years of training and experience, as well as a bond of trust and camaraderie that strengthened them in the most difficult moments. The coordination between them was a show of synchronization and dexterity, a chaotic but harmonious dance of attacks and defenses that kept at bay the dark forces that tried to dominate them. However, it was at a crucial moment, when hope seemed to be faltering in the face of Takagami's relentless persistence, that Goku and Vegeta, the legendary Saiyans whose power transcended known limits, demonstrated once again why they were revered as the most powerful warriors in the universe. With millimetric synchronization that only they could achieve after years of training in epic battles, they unleashed a devastating combined attack that shattered Takagami's defenses, leaving them exposed and vulnerable in the face of the final counterattack of the brave defenders of the Earth. The impact of their combined energy resounded on the battlefield like divine thunder, shaking reality itself with its overwhelming power. The energy blasts and shockwaves spread out like a gale, sweeping away any obstacles in their way and marking a decisive turn in the confrontation. The hearts of the Z Warriors swelled with renewed hope as they witnessed the result of the bravery and determination embodied in Goku and Vegeta, who were not only allies but also rivals who raised each other to new heights of power and dexterity. This epic moment not only symbolized the brute strength of the legendary Saiyans, but also the depth of their connection as battle companions and friends. Her self-sacrifice and dedication to protecting her home and loved ones shone with an intensity that defied the shadows of despair. With Takagami vulnerable before them, Earth's heroes prepared for the final assault, determined to put an end to the dark threat looming over their world and restore the lost peace. As this crucial opportunity approached, Gohan and Piccolo, two warriors whose togetherness goes beyond simple camaraderie, combined their powers with synchronization and understanding that only the closest battle partners could achieve. With relentless determination and a strategic focus sharp as the edge of a sword, they faced the creatures summoned by Takagami, with a bravery that inspired everyone present on the battlefield.
Mr. Piccolo, keep the rear guard. I'm going to the front. It is crucial to maintain our formation and protect our backs as we move forward towards the main battle. I trust you to keep us safe from behind.
Understood, Gohan. Don't let your guard down. Our coordination is key for being victorious. Stay alert and move forward with determination. Together we'll overcome this challenge.
Gohan's energy, bright and powerful as the sun as it peaks, was intertwined with Piccolo's tactical cunning and dexterity, creating a symphony of power and skill that defied expectations. Each coordinated movement between them was a masterful combined dance, where offensive and defense intertwined in a lethal harmony. The creatures summoned by Takagami, who once posed a formidable threat, now found themselves at a disadvantage in the face of the unbreakable union of these two exceptional warriors. The battlefield lit up with flashes of brilliant energy as Gohan and Piccolo unleashed their full potential, overcoming every obstacle with steely determination and calculated strategies. The trust between them was palpable, a connection that transcended words and manifested itself in every punch and every block. With each enemy defeated, their path to Takagami cleared, bringing them closer and closer to the final victory they sought to protect their world and their loved ones.
Gohan, you need to buy time. I will prepare my best attack to defeat these creatures. I trust you can keep them busy while I get ready. Together, we can change the course of this battle.
Mr. Piccolo, I'll do my best to buy time. My goal is to keep these creatures at bay as long as possible so I can prepare their attack. Trust me, I won't let you down.
The moment of truth was approaching, and Gohan was advancing with a firm step, while Piccolo prepared his best attack to defeat these creatures summoned by Bahamut's disciple and put an end to the darkness that had threatened his home. His fiery determination was a beacon of hope for those who witnessed his courageous struggle, reminding them that strength lies in the unity and indomitable spirit of those who fight for justice and peace. The critical moment came when every move decided the fate of the battle. Gohan, in a last effort, took his final form. With his bright and determined aura, advanced to the front of the battle line facing the dark creatures with a mixture of bravery and strategy, as he blocked the onslaughts of the shadows with his dazzling ki. The creatures summoned by Takagami were not easy rivals to beat, but Gohan in his ultimate form took a lot of confidence and began to face the creatures they are facing. Gohan knew that keeping the creatures at bay was crucial to allowing Piccolo to unleash his full power. While Gohan struggled to contain the shadows with his fast movements and powerful attacks, Piccolo concentrated his energy preparing for the most powerful technique. The tension on the battlefield was palpable, but there was no room for doubt. Confidence in their abilities and in their partner was the key to facing the darkness that threatened to consume them.
Gohan, keep it up. You're demonstrating exceptional courage and impressive mastery on the battlefield. Every movement of yours is a barrier that prevents the advancement of these creatures. It's crucial that you hold this firmness for a few more moments while I finalize the preparations for my final ultimate technique. I have full confidence in your abilities and determination. Remember that our teamwork is the key to overcoming any challenge. Keep the pressure on and don't let your guard down. Together we can turn the tide of this battle and protect our loved ones.
Understood, Mr. Piccolo. I'll not allow them to advance a single step further. You can trust me. I'm fully prepared to take on this responsibility and keep these creatures at bay. Together, we can overcome this and protect our loved ones. My determination's unwavering, and I'll not back down in the face of this challenge, because I know that every stroke I stop here is a step towards victory. Our teamwork and mutual trust will give us the strength to prevail in this battle. Let's show them what we're capable of and write our own destiny in this struggle.
The scene unfolds with increasing intensity as Gohan definitively plunges into the maelstrom of combat. His determination is reflected in every gesture, and every tense muscle, and in every flash of energy that emanates from his being. The creatures summoned by Takagami's nightmarish creatures with twisted shapes and burning eyes fiercely advance towards Gohan, seeking to overwhelm him with their numbers and their uncontrolled fury. Gohan, however, is not daunted. His ki shines around him like an aura of power, marking every movement with a clear purpose. When the first creature lunges with sharp claws, Gohan responds with a precise block, channeling his energy to stop the attack with a glowing barrier. The resulting impact makes the ground tremble under his feet, but Gohan remains steadfast, his eyes fixed on his opponent. Each subsequent blow is an exhibition of martial skill and ki control. Gohan moves with grace and speed, dodging the onslaughts of creatures with fluid movements, and countering with calculated blows. His fists and legs turn into bursts of energy, hitting the enemies with force and precision. Each impact causes bursts of energy that light up the battlefield, drawing bright arcs in the air and kicking up swirls of dust around them. The creatures do not retreat easily. Their resistance is stubborn, and their thirst for destruction is insatiable. Gohan is forced to deploy more advanced techniques, combining his speed and strength with concentrated energy attacks. Ki waves cut through the air as Gohan releases bursts of controlled energy, seeking to weaken his opponents and open gaps in their defenses. Every block, every dodge, is a dance of anticipation and reaction. Gohan relies on his training and his intellect, reading the movements of the creatures, responding with precise movements. Your connection to your spiritual energy is evident in every movement, every pulse of energy emanating from your being. Meanwhile, Piccolo completes the charge of his definitive technique, his absolute concentration palpable in the air. The sound of his pent-up energy resonates on the battlefield, adding a layer of palpable tension to the charged atmosphere of battle. Gohan feels Piccolo's accumulated power as a beacon of hope and a call to redouble his efforts.
This is our chance, Gohan. Keep the pressure on them, and don't give them any respite. Every move of yours is crucial right now, as we are close to changing the course of this battle. I trust in your ability to keep them at bay, while we prepare our counterattack. Keep your determination, and keep going. Together, we can make it happen.
Gohan nods with determination as he prepares for the next attack. The combat dance between Gohan and the creatures reach its climax when Gohan, with a graceful twist, unleashes a series of energy blasts that cut through the enemy ranks. The creatures recoil momentarily, their twisted forms showing signs of weakness for the first time.
Goten! Trunks! I need you to be alert! Mr. Piccolo is preparing a powerful attack. Move quickly and maintain your defenses. Our coordination is crucial at this critical moment of the battle. We can't afford to make mistakes now. I'm confident in your ability to respond quickly and effectively. Stay focused and keep fighting with determination. Come on, we can still turn the tide of this battle in our favor.
The moment came when Gohan, with a precise movement, opened a breach in the creature's defenses, allowing Piccolo to unleash his devastating attack. With a resounding scream, Piccolo releases his ultimate technique, a beam of concentrated energy that cuts through the sky like a fiery comet. Makankasapo! The pure energy swirls frantically around the lightning, forming a spiral of controlled energy that seems to dance in the air with calculated ferocity. The extreme concentration of energy causes a burst that radiates a dazzling radiance, as if the sun itself were transcending on the battlefield. The energy beam, with its incomparable power, transverses the enemy ranks with pinpoint accuracy, neutralizing the creatures with an amazing efficiency that takes the breath away of those who witness its devastating impact. The initial explosion is only the prelude to the destruction that is unleashed. The torrent of concentrated energy envelops the creatures in a lethal embrace, eroding their forms with an overwhelming intensity. Each wave of energy emanating from the ray is like a chisel, carving out space itself, gradually disintegrating the creatures that meet its path with an inexorable inevitability. The show is both majestic and terrifying, with the energy displayed manifesting in vibrant colors that collide and intertwine in a chaotic dance. The controlled destruction leaves in its wake a trail of disintegration that seems to defy the very laws of physics, demonstrating the supreme power that resides in the hands of those who master the arts of combat and energy control. The battlefield gradually quieted down, the dark threat dissipating with each defeated creature. Gohan and Piccolo, breathing heavily, but with a satisfied smile, met in the center of the battlefield, knowing that their teamwork and determination had tipped the scales toward victory. Now, with the road to Tagami clear, they were preparing for the final assault, confident that their union would return their greatest strength. The battlefield gradually quieted down, the echo of controlled destruction echoing through the air as the enemy creatures vanquished before the combined might of Gohan and Piccolo. The glow of the dissipated energy hinted at the near victory, marked by the determination and teamwork of the brave warriors Z, Gohan, and Piccolo. Breathing heavily but with a smile of satisfaction on their faces, met in the center of the battlefield, exchanging looks of complicity that spoke of a bond forged in battle and camaraderie. Meanwhile, in another part of the battlefield, Goku and Vegeta were facing Tagami in an epic duel that defied the limits of known power. With their faces marked with determination and their eyes shining with a fierce intensity, the two legendary Saiyans demonstrated once again why they were considered the most powerful warriors in the universe. His movements were like a whirlwind of quick attacks and precise defenses, each strike resounding like thunder in the energy-charged air. "Vegeta, keep the pressure on! Let's finish this together!"
Of course, Kakarot. I'm not gonna let this guy beat us.
The intensity of their confrontation filled the battlefield, making the ground shake with every energy shock. Tagami, although powerful, was in a challenging position in the face of the unstoppable combination of Goku and Vegeta.
I'll not underestimate your power, Saiyans. I recognize their bravery, but their determination will not be enough to stop me. My strength is unshakable. My power is unstoppable. Get ready to face the real darkness.
Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.
Black girl,